Good morning. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hi, how are you guys doing? We are going to do some ArtFight live streams we're going to do a live stream with some ArtFight this morning. Hello, Wolf Dog. Hello, We Hire Monkeys. Good to see you both. Just about done with your next OC to post. That's awesome. It is 5 p.m. where you are. It is 9 a.m. my time. So it is still morning for me, although I have been up for a couple of hours. I had like a long, slow start to my morning this morning. It is no longer morning for being in their canon time zone. That's understandable. It's time for you to attack Wolf Dog. It's time for me to attack too. This is just one of my previous attacks that I have up on screen right now. But hello, Abstracted. Welcome to the stream. So good to see you. This is probably not the music you were expecting to hear for a stream called No Mercy, I'm assuming. But let me know in the chat if you cannot hear the music and I can adjust it so that it is audible for you. We're gonna go here to create a new canvas, I guess. And we're gonna start with square. I'm so sorry, I didn't paint my nails this time. It's like the first time I've done a stream where I did not paint my nails, but hopefully you guys can forgive me. They're a little bit chipped. One is missing color completely. We're just gonna pretend that that's a non-issue. I do like to change my canvas settings here. So even though I'm going to work on a square canvas for this, I'm going to go in here and adjust my canvas size. And I'm going to go to settings so I can control it a little bit more specifically. We're going to do 1920 by 1920, but we're going to up the DPI to 150. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. And there we go. And I like to start with a gray background for my art because I do like to spare my eyeballs from, you know, the strain of staring at a bright white screen. No mercy. Yes, We Hire Monkeys. No mercy to my nails. No, that's not what I wanted. No, we need mercy for my nail polish. It's war, man. It's warfare. We're at war. This is ArtFight. I don't have time to manicure and to paint my nails. I've got to attack. This is the battlefield, you know? There's gonna be casualties. There's gonna be chipped nail polish. We're not gonna have perfect fingernails for ArtFight. It's not gonna, at least it's not gonna happen today. I think I'll remember next time before the next stream, but it definitely slipped my mind today. So today, this is what we get. We're just not gonna look at that, okay? We're just gonna ball our fist and draw like this today. You're gonna do some traditional attacks. That's awesome. I've been thinking about it, but honestly, I haven't really committed yet to the idea. I'm dragging my feet a little bit. Bing says, Perry, do me a favor. Since you're on Team Werewolves, they changed it so that you're only getting points if you PM your attacks and don't post them. Trust me. It's coming from a vampire. Super trustworthy, I'm sure. Some random guy, hello, welcome to the stream. You changed to your art account. Well, welcome over with your art account. You are definitely welcome. I'm glad you guys are here, and thank you for already hitting that like button. 6 likes already, and we're just a couple minutes in. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. J1K, hi, welcome to the stream. We are just getting started. We've got ourselves a nice, beautiful blank canvas here for some revenge attacks, and we are about to revenge Wolf Dog, actually, because I have their character reference pulled up on screen, and I have picked the character Caramel. Let me see if I can get you guys a preview of this reference real quick. It's not going to be pretty because my desktop is cluttered, okay? But I will show you. I will show you my canvas. So here we have Wolf Dog's character Caramel, and it does appear to be a puppy, he, him. Well, I say puppy. It is a 19-year-old dog, but all dogs are puppies. You cannot change my mind. This is fact, okay? That is just my personal philosophy. All dogs are puppies, just like all cats are kittens, and definitely they never age out. But but this is what we're doing this morning. And then if we have time after this attack, we will do another revenge. So if you've drawn something for me, there is a chance that I will be revenging your art today on stream. Hello, Melody. Actually, this way. Hello. And hi, Fluffy Paws. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I'm assuming you're here for ArtFight, because we are here to ArtFight today. I am gonna have to pull up, I think, some references, because I don't normally draw that many animals. I'm usually more of like a human artist. I draw mostly people, but I do have my handy dandy Pinterest here, which I swear by. I do think that having a Pinterest board full of references is like just very, 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 very helpful. So I'm actually opening that up right now, and I can share screen with you guys again one more time. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna open that up so that you guys can see what I'm seeing. And we're gonna scroll through here, and I have all these categories, and I need to start putting the information in the description ahead of time. I might have this time around, but usually I link my Pinterest board for you guys in the description if you ever wanted to go through my references here, because I've got a lot going on. I've got character design, facial expressions, click the audio tab to bring the music back up, come back over here to look at poses, hands, feet, props, hair and hats, backgrounds, environments, inanimate objects, and the one we need right here, animals. So I'm gonna click on this really quickly, and I'm gonna just scroll through real fast to see if I can find a good dog pose for Wolf Dog's character that I'm drawing revenge art for. Fluffy Paws, I am. You are doing ArtFight. Yes, Abstracted is struggling with revenge. Revenging everyone that has attacked you. I know. I'm also like trying to keep tally and make sure I get back to everyone, because that is my goal every year, to return fire every time I get attacked. I try not to leave anybody in. I don't like to let anyone beat me. So I try to revenge back every time. Wolf Dog's offering, if I need info about Caramel, just ask. Thank you. And I'm glad you're here so that you can kind of like help me along as I draw your character today. So eat some pizza, PDC commands it, some random guy. It is not a PerryPictures stream without at least one food reference. So thank you for bringing that. We've already hit that mark early. Appreciate it. Super appreciate it. And if you're not used to my streams, we do a lot of comic streaming where we co-collab on comics in stream together. I kind of like this one for Caramel. It's kind of got the same sort of body language as your doggo. You see the one I'm circling with my mouse? I might use this for reference. I think that's a good reference. So let's go ahead and bring this back over to the canvas, not the display. And we will try to draw this today. But as I was saying, for folks who are new to my channel, during ArtFight off season, we do a lot of, what was I trying to say? We do a lot of comics, co-creating on stream. So you guys will give me your characters and help me decide what to draw in the comic. And then we do that live on stream, and it becomes a co-authored thing. And during those streams, food typically comes up one way or another. It seems inevitable, unavoidable even. So that's what I mean by that when Pizza Demon Chan brings up pizza. So I'm gonna zoom out a tiny bit because I like to kind of like thumbnail a little when I'm drawing my initial sketch. And let's see. How do I want to do this? Wolf Dog says cute. Good. I'm glad you like the pose. Melody, how many drawings can you do in one day? I think the most for me that I've done in one day is probably six drawings in a day. Some random guy I've been working on attack, but my mind decided to have fully detailed color, perspective, background, and that it had to be animated. Oh my gosh, that's motivation. Whoever you were drawing that for is gonna love it. Some random guy, I'll be lucky to get 3 done today. Oh, you were asking per month? It depends on the month and it depends on the year if we're talking about ArtFight specifically. I know in like, oh no, I went to the eraser, here we go. I know in like previous years, so like last year, I believe I did 30 attacks, like right on the nose, 30. And my goal each year is to kind of like average an attack a day, even though I draw multiple attacks in some days and some days I don't draw at all. Like yesterday, I didn't draw at all. But on average, like when I tally it at the very end, we tend to have like, those eyes are so big. We're gonna scale it back a second. I tend to average one a day, and that's kind of my goal. And then sometimes I go over that. I know like in my earlier years, I think like in 2017 when I started, I did like a ton, like maybe 50 art attacks. But then like 2020 was a rough year. I think I only did like half as much as I wanted. And then 2021, I'm pretty sure it was kind of the same. I think I did like 20-ish those 2 years, and then I picked back up last year. So I'm on the up and up is what I'm saying. I sadly don't think I have the energy to draw today. That's okay. Take breaks. Take breaks when you need them. Listen to your body. It will let you know when you need a break. That's kind of why I didn't draw yesterday, because yesterday I definitely felt like I couldn't sit down at my desk a minute longer. I really just had to get up and get out and do something else. And so I did, and it's okay. Give yourself permission to do that. Give yourself a break when you need it. All right. So that's kind of like such a generic but yet stylized doggy head. But we're gonna try to attach a body to this thing. I kind of like how in the reference I'm looking at, it's using a lot of curved and straight shapes. So even though there's kind of like a curved hindquarter here, and it kind of like curves up a little bit like this and then goes like this, the back is pretty straight, like just kind of comes right down like that. And then the front is curved, right? So you're gonna work with your straights and your curves. So I could probably exaggerate this even more than that. Let's see what we can do here. We're gonna bring that down for a second. Bring it down even further and add a new layer because I want to try this again. Be a little bit more extreme with the shape. So I'm gonna come down in like basically a straight line here. And then we're gonna curve up the front part of the body, kind of like this, but then like, we don't want to attach it to the head like that. We kind of want to gradually straighten it out a little bit here when we go toward the head. I know it looks super weird. It looks super weird right now, but trust the process, okay? All right, so a new layer for the legs, because I like to be able to manipulate these. If I'm doing digital, why not? Take advantage of the layers while I've got them. And so I'm gonna come here, and for this kind of like hind quarter here, we're gonna bring this doggy leg around like this, and bring the little paw out kind of like this. This is actually super simplified. I'm not used to drawing things that are quite this. That's obviously not right. That's super not right. We're not doing that. We're gonna do that again. This might be like just so simple it's complicated. Like so simple it's hard for me because I'm used to drawing less stylized stuff, more anatomically I guess accurate stuff. I'm not good at exaggeration and cartooning things up. So this actually might be kind of challenging for me. No, it looks like a bean. It's adorable. Okay, thank you, Wolf Dog. At least I've got the seal of approval from Wolf Dog. That's what matters here because it's his character. Or their character. Melody says, I saw some of your videos and I saw you have used in the past Autodesk Sketchbook. I use it for all my drawings and animation. Yes, I love Autodesk Sketchbook. It is my go-to. It's my ultimate program. I've gotten more and more comfortable with using Procreate, which is what I'm using right now. I'm going off book here with this leg. I'm doing my own thing for a second without the reference. And we'll see where that takes me. But yeah, I've got like loads of tutorials on Sketchbook if you need them, or if you want them, or if you just need a refresher, or if you're just curious like how I would do something. Those are there, if you're a Sketchbook user. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I love that Autodesk Sketchbook is so intuitive. It's super simple to use. I say this while using Procreate, which is also, by the way, super intuitive. But if you're not drawing on an iPad and you want something similar, Sketchbook is great. It's so easy to learn. It's definitely user-friendly. It's very capable too. It's not like a limited program. You're getting a lot of features with Autodesk Sketchbook. I guess it's not Autodesk anymore though. It's just Sketchbook. The Autodesk is no longer a part of the equation. They kind of like sold the rights to it to an independent, or it broke apart. I guess it was so big and it was so separate from Autodesk, the main like company umbrella, that they just went off and became their own company. So it's just Sketchbook now. Wolf Dog's pronouns are she, they, and also. Feel free to change the style of him to what you need to do. Thank you. Yeah, I hesitated. I said he, but then I was like they, because I wasn't sure. So thank you for letting me know. Some random guy. I'm coloring my OCs on Android on IBS Paint. Yeah, anyone who's drawing on a phone, you just blow my mind, honestly, because I can't even imagine doing some of the things you guys do on a phone. It's absolutely stunning. I'm taking a sip of my lemonade today. I didn't really give myself a lot of time to get ready this morning despite being up super early. I was too busy chit-chatting in the Discord. Those of you that were in the Discord, you saw it was like we were like doing all kinds of theorizing and philosophizing about culture and media and all that jazz. So that was a fun conversation this morning. And thank you guys, everyone that participated and engaged me in that conversation. It really felt awesome to like talk about that stuff with other creators who have like their own perspectives and their own experiences with that kind of stuff. So that's all very good. And it's all really positive experience, I think, as long as everybody stays civil, which they did, which was amazing. So you guys are awesome. Let me just say you're awesome. Melody says, my cousins do animation with a computer mouse and also drawing, and he's very talented. That is also crazy impressive, doing any kind of art with a mouse as well, because you're kind of like you're working within the confines of some very specific limitations, particularly not having pressure sensitivity, which is sort of a big deal. You know? So I think I'm pretty happy with the body so far. So I'm going to combine those layers. I'm going to leave the head off for a second because I might want to scale it differently. We'll see. But first we need to add a tail. A mouse is very good for perspective templates. Some random guy says, I am cheating a little as it's a Samsung tablet Active 3 with a proper Wacom pen. Yeah. Use what you've got, man. Like, if you have it, use it. Why not? Like, why would you restrict yourself? That'd be silly. Don't limit yourself unnecessarily. Take advantage of what's at your disposal. For sure. So there's our little doggy tail. He does have kind of like a thin tail, the puppy in the reference, in Wolf Dog's original drawing. So we're kind of gonna stick with the same consistency. We want this to represent the original character. That's kind of the whole point. How many attacks has everybody done so far? That is a great question, Spirit. And also, welcome to the stream. I don't know how many I've done so far. I think, well, hang on. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've done 12 so far. There we go. That's the answer for me. Fluffy Paul says they've done 5 attacks so far. Bing has done 6. Bing also decided to pick Pokemon Scarlet up again. And wow, you forgot how bad it runs. I'm sorry to hear that. I have not played Pokemon Scarlet. I think like really the only Pokemon I've played is well, I've played 2. I've played Pokemon Go and I played Sword and Shield. Which kind of I think released sort of back to back. All right, so we're gonna completely connect the whole body in this sketch so that I can move it around and also scale it. So I would like to scale this, rotate it a little bit, stick it in the center of the page. Does that look right? It might be over-rotated. Maybe like that? I think. That might be right. Scale it just a tiny bit more so that we're really taking up the canvas here with this doggo. And there we have it, our rough sketch. So, on a roll this morning, I would say, if I do say so myself, and gonna knock this character out and create just a gorgeous, hopefully gorgeous, revenge fire for Wolf Dog, who drew me an attack first. So this is a revenge. It is revenge art. I'm gonna go with Inking One, Baskerville. I like this pin, by the way, for anybody that is a Procreate user, because it has, I mean, I know that you can adjust your, well, I think usually you can adjust your, yeah, stabilization. So you could technically make any pin a stabilization pin, but I like this one because it came that way and I just sort of started using it and haven't looked back. All right, so that layer is, the color is reduced. So now I can come in here and start adding some line art. Abstracted has done 13 attacks, 6 of which are friendly fires, and Wolf Dog, goodness gracious, has done 37 attacks. How? Like, oh my gosh, that's impressive. Wow, you've really, really embodied the spirit of ArtFight this year. Spirit is working on their 19th. You guys are rocking it right now. All right, so let me play catch up because it sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Which I know to be a fact because I've obviously got a lot more revenge to do still. So I would like to, I'm actually scrolling through my references really quickly because I'm looking for something that has a little more detail in like the paws and stuff, because I kind of want to do a little bit more than just the simple paw, even though I think I can't go too complicated or it'll look out of place. It would look kind of like it doesn't belong. Wow, this music is really riffing here at the end. Okay, so a puppy dog paws. Paws. Who's drawn some simple yet cute yet accurate paws that I could reference? I'm not seeing any. I might have to just wing it. I think I'm gonna have to wing it, you guys. Are kitty paws and puppy paws kind of the same? Asking for a friend. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I might just kind of make it up as we go. All right, so we're just gonna come in here. I might be overcomplicating this already. Let's start with the hind quarter. Okay. Ah, the pin's still white. I did not want that. There we go, line art. We want this color. You still work a lot quicker than me. You think so? Well, this is like a more simplified style, even for me. So I assume it might go a little bit quicker than normal. Unless I just really bugger it up and can't make it look natural, which could also happen. Knowing me, could very much happen because I very rarely draw animals and I also very rarely draw them style. I draw any character like stylized. Pretty vanilla most of the time. The secret to quicker attacks is not caring. I know that sounds mean, but I guarantee you rolling with the mistakes you make will still make that person happy. Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. And you can totally tell because even when somebody who's just learning to draw and is making a lot of beginner mistakes because they're learning, you know, it's a learning curve for all of us. You're still gonna see that art and be like, oh my God, that's my baby, that's my OC. I love it so much. And honestly, like every single time, I don't care which of my characters you draw, I am gonna be over the moon, just completely enthralled and so grateful that you drew my character. It's just gonna like absolutely, for sure, blow me away. So I agree with Bink's statement. I think that that's absolutely accurate. Totally true. This foot is already probably too complicated. I gotta stop. I can't try to do this so dang hard. I gotta stick with them. Just let it be what it is. Let it be what it is. Don't overdo it. I gotta like remember that. Don't overdo it. Come on. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, me. Don't overcommit. Don't try to overdo it. See, even adding like a little toenail, I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much. I'm ruining the style. Wolf Dog. Oh, sorry. I like using simple designs. No, I think it's great. It's a direction I need to study more and practice more and learn more, because simplifying design elements helps you to identify the stronger elements. Like the fewer elements that you're working with, the more selective you'd have to be, I would assume. So yeah, no, it's great practice. It's great study. It's something I need to spend more time with to get comfortable with, so that I can start identifying those more, I guess, like, oh, I don't have the word for it. Anybody want to help me out? What am I trying to say here? Spirit says, beginner art or not, I already really appreciated that they decided to spend their time drawing one of my characters. Exactly, yes! 100%. Yeah. And yes, some random guy, distinct. It's what makes them more distinct. Thank you. I couldn't find a word to fit what I was trying to say, but that fits. So thank you. We're going to create a new layer before I go crazy. Yeah. All right, so hopefully I haven't overdone it with this like toe bean here, this puppy toe bean that I've like accentuated that I didn't need to accentuate, but I wanted to. We'll see how it works out for me. Let's also draw some front paws. Oh man, how do I want to do this? Oh, I'm so unsure. Okay. I gotta make it distinct. Like you said, it's gotta be distinct. It's gotta be intentional. It's gotta be confident. That's the other thing with simpler designs. I feel like the level of confidence really has to be there. You need to mean it. You need if you're gonna do a simple design with very, very few lines, then each line is intentional. Each line is meaningful, right? Like each time you mark, it's gotta serve a purpose. There are no there's not gonna be any superfluous, no superfluous lines, no superfluous markings. Everything is going to serve a purpose. All right, since I am on digital, I am gonna try duplicating this and see if dragging it over is gonna make it look good or if it's gonna make it look bad. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try the duplicate kind of like mirror method here and see if maybe, just maybe, that works for us. Or if it's just gonna create too many tangents, which is also a thing that could happen. I could be creating too many tangents here, in which case the line art's not gonna look good because there's gonna be like confusion. If the tangents are confusing, kind of like the silhouette, for instance, we don't want that. Throwing a lot of words out here. I hope I'm using them appropriately. Don't sue me if I'm not, please. All right, we're gonna merge those lines and create a new layer again, and we're gonna give this puppy his round puppy belly, because round puppy bellies are really cute, and you just want to pet them. At least I do. I think round puppy bellies are so cute, and I do want to pet them. I think they're adorable. He's got a little puppy belly. See, I don't care how old the dog is. The dog is a puppy. He's got a little puppy belly. He's a puppy. And I stand by that. So far, so good. Combine, new. Let's figure out what we're drawing next. I just trace my own work multiple times. Looks horrific at first, then smooths out nicely. Are you talking about how like you could do like this, and then if you hold it, it fixes itself? Cause yeah, I think I haven't seen like, for instance, I haven't seen, with exception to the circle tool, because you can actually do, well, that did the opposite. That made a square. Oh my gosh. So like in Sketchbook, you can technically like draw a circle and with one of the tools in the toolbar, and it will snap to a perfect circle. But as far as like just drawing like a line and then being like, oh shoot, that's crooked, but then it straightens it for you, I think that's kind of like more a Procreate thing. But each software has its own like features and pros and cons. Many of them overlap. Some of them are unique. Some fun facts about Caramel. All right, so while we are drawing this doggo, we're gonna learn some fun things about them. He was going to be... He is, I don't know how to pronounce that wolf dog. What is I don't know how to say Aroace. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm a phonetic reader. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a phonetic reader. So if I'm not pronouncing a word correctly, just know, like, I'm doing my best. I'm just reading it how it's written, like how it's spelled. So if I say something funny, just check the chat. Because chances are I'm reading it phonetically. So if it sounds wrong, I'm sorry. The dog is Aroace. I said it correctly. Yay! I did. But he semi-canically died. So wait. You killed off this character? You killed off? How could you do that? It's a dog. How dare you? You can't kill off the dogs. No, I refuse to believe this. Dogs live forever. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Nope. I have headcanon now. I am deviating from canon into headcanon territory. Because we are not killing the doggo. This doggo will live forever. He found the Fountain of Youth, in fact, in my headcanon, and he's never gonna die. This dog lives forever. That's my story. That's what I think. Okay, tail is attached. I'm a little bit disappointed in this line here, because I feel like, there we go, I smoothed it out. Felt like it was a little wonky. The thickness was not consistent. That's a little better, just a little bit. I'm not loving actually how smooth it is. It might be too smooth. It's too smooth and it looks wrong because it's coming down when it should be sitting. You know what I mean? Like this tail's wrong. I'm sorry, this tail's wrong. We're doing it again. Because yeah, it was too smooth. Like this one's got like a little bit of like an angle to it, first of all. Also, my animal characters have human capatly. They're like human and puppy. I don't know what that word was you were trying to say, but it sounds like you're indicating that they're like humanoid. They're anthro-ish. Maybe they have like, it looks like it doesn't look super anthro. It does look feral, like as far as like not feral like rabies feral, blah 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 like that, but like in the sense that in design sense of feral, like feral design sense wise. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop your character from having the capacity, I think that's what you're saying, the capacity for humanoid like interactions and being, you know, like a sentient being. Like absolutely, you can have a sentient character that is also a feral character. It's kind of, you know, your universe. They're your characters. You can sort of bend the rules or break them or take them in whatever direction you want. At this point, your characters are what you make of them. They have human-like intelligence. Yeah, so that's what you meant. They're sentient. Okay, we're going to move on to the head. I'm going to come back to the tail in a minute. We're going to see what we can do here about the pupper's face. And I do kind of want to come back here and look at my reference for a second, so I'm going to pull that up. And let me know what your guys, I know some of you have already told me because we talked about it in the last stream, but let me know what your goal is for ArtFight this year. Like, do you have a goal target number of attacks you're trying to get to? Or do you have like a goal like, I want to revenge fire everybody that attacks me? Or like, what are your goals for ArtFight? Also, what are your teams? I feel like that should be the first question. By the way, hello Ram, nice to see you and welcome to the stream. What ArtFight teams are you, everybody in the chat? And keep an eye on what everyone says, because that's how you're gonna find your targets, my friends. That's how you're gonna find your enemies. Take advantage of this moment and everybody that's in here with you for the same reasons, you know? They're all here to ArtFight, and that did not turn out like I wanted it to, so we're gonna erase that line and do it again. Let's see, let's go maybe from up here. How is that ringing? No, stop, stop calling. Goodness, 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 goodness. I will switch back over here to this version, and I'm gonna adjust the little chat window a little bit so that we can read what everybody's saying here. So let's bring this back down. There we go. That should be a little better. All right. Now everybody can also see what everybody's saying on screen too. Because I do try to kind of like keep the chat on stream. That way, if I do have to clip the stream at all afterwards, after the stream ends, clipping it means that you lose the live chat replay. But if it's baked into the video, then it's not going anywhere. So that's why it helps to kind of like just have it on screen too. Okay. Team Werewolf from Spirit. Hello, high five, Team Werewolf. Trying to revenge everybody who attacks me, and you want to at least reach 30 attacks this year. Literally, same. That is like literally my goals and my team and all of that stuff too. Some random guy, if I could get 3, I've got to knock at my door. I'll be right back. I didn't know you were at the door. All right, back. Oh, gosh. I almost like spun around in my chair. So this is the house. Yeah, right. If I could get 3 animated characters done, I'd be more than happy. Some random guy, that's awesome. I actually just did my first, I don't know how you guys do it so frequently, but I just did my first animated ArtFight attack, and I'm like so proud. So proud that I did that, because it's not something I do a lot of. I really just left the screen with the dog's head upside down. That wasn't creepy at all. And Wolf Dog, I got an egg sandwich. That sounds delicious. I actually haven't had breakfast yet. I have a bad habit of waiting until after stream to eat, which also means I have a bad habit of talking about food and craving food during stream. So yeah, your egg sandwich sounds amazing, by the way. Oh no, my reference, where did it go? Let me grab that, okay. So we've got the little nose here. And then let's add some ears real quick. We're gonna come up, and then we're gonna just sort of taper them off like this. Same thing on this side. Taper the ear off to the side of the head like that. I don't know about that. Let's see. What can I do here? I feel like I gotta connect this somehow. Maybe? What if I came here? Hang on. And just like, nope, because that line's not on this layer. Okay, so this line is on the ear layer. I don't know if you guys can tell what I'm talking about, but like how this was just too wide. It's like throwing off the line weight consistency. And I like my line weight consistency to stay, you know, if I'm gonna use variable line weight, I want it to be gradual. So otherwise I like it to stay consistent. Does that make sense? I just want it to look smooth, is basically what I'm saying. Belle is Team Vampire. Yes, Team Vampire. We got some vampires in the chat. We need to have representation from both teams, and for the exact same reason that Belle is asking for team names right now, so that you guys can all meet and attack each other. So yes, please drop your team name or your profile names in the chat. You can't drop links, it won't let you, but definitely write your name the way you would. So like, for example, if you were looking at your URL, your link, and there's like a little squiggly line, and then there's your name, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is not letting me write because of the stabilization. Okay, so then if like, one more time, the squiggly mark, and then mine says PerryPictures, right? No space. So this PerryPictures is what I would write in the chat, not the squiggly part. But then everybody that sees that, all these names in the chat, like methodic_madness for Belle, you want to make sure to get the underscore the way it's written. Just go to your link, and after this little squiggly mark where your name is, insert that other person's name. And that's how you find their pages, their channels. So yeah, everybody drop your username in the chat. Also your team, drop what team you are. Yes, abstracted is abstracted. It makes sense. Wolf Dog is on Team Werewolf, and Spirit is Raptor Kayla. Yeah. Everybody share your profiles. Make sure you are taking advantage of the active players that are here. Because you know these are the players that are going to be active on ArtFight. They're actively participating in a YouTube stream for ArtFight, so you know that they're active players. That's kind of the beauty of it too, right? You go into ArtFight and you're scrolling through all these characters and you're trying to look for somebody to attack, but what happens when you attack them and then the character owner doesn't log back in for the rest of the year? They might come back in the next year or so, but there's no guarantee really ever. Even the people in this chat could technically just have something happen IRL and never come back to ArtFight, or not make it back this summer kind of thing. But there's a better chance, right? You have a better chance if you attack somebody that you see in this stream than if you attack a random person who you have no idea what their activity looks like, or how active they're going to be. Why is this? Oh, because I'm still not. I wanted to go back to this. Okay. Yay! I know what I'm doing now. What? No, I don't. What is happening? This one. This one. Yay! There we go. Got it. Cool. Fixed it, because I'm a genius. I'm just kidding. RAM is Mellow High XD. I think I said that correctly. I hope I said that correctly. Which is also Team Werewolves. And some random guy says, I am some random person. Are there any hyphens or underscores in between the letters, or are there actual spaces in the URL? Because I think URLs usually don't have spaces, so let us know. Is it hyphenated or is it underscored? What does it look like when you put in the link in your browser? Why is this not like letting me draw the ear the way I want to? Because I'm not doing it the way it naturally would. It would bend that way. Okay, yeah. So that's what I was doing wrong. I was just not thinking about the angle, but now I am, and now it looks right. That is the right angle, I think. It looks super great right now. Yay, I'm so glad. Thank you. I'm really excited about this cute little doggo. I haven't even done a dog yet this year. I've done animal-wise. I've done a penguin, right? Like this cute little penguin. Also a really simple character. Love the design, really cute. And I've done a bat. So I've also done this cute little bat, which I love. I think she's adorable. So yeah, we're gonna add to the list of animals that we're drawing this ArtFight your adorable little doggo. I feel like, there's definitely, I missed something here. Should this dog they don't have a collar. Okay. So I'm looking at the reference, and I don't see a collar for the dog. I'm gonna turn off the sketch layer so I can kind of see where the gaps are in my drawing. And definitely the back of the neck has a gap. I don't want to put, so there's no collar. The dog does have like a stripe in the back, but we're not going to see it from this angle. And I feel like, so kind of maybe like this for the neck. That works. Yeah, that closes that gap nicely. Cool. So now I can work on, there's a gap in the tail too. Just when I thought I had it, I see this. This like unfinished tail, because I just was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna move on to something else. Yes. Okay. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna add the rest of this tail, and the tail is a little bit like scruffy. There's a little bit of fur texture here in your drawing, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna come up and we're gonna add like a little bit more fur texture, kind of like that. And then if I come back in here, I can actually erase some of these lines to make that like work a little better, just like that. What can I say? It did what I wanted it to do, which doesn't always happen, but I'm glad it did, because now it looks awesome. Personal opinion. Yeah. All right, so for this character to definitely be your character, we need to add your dog's specific, unique individual markings that are in their fur so that we know that it's your dog. So we're gonna start with the ears. You have, this dog has collared tips to its ears. So we're gonna come in here and just kind of add where the fur sort of separates into this different color scheme there. And those will be the darker fur color, and then the face also has some markings on it. there is like, how to do this though? Do I want to do like, so the nose, right? The snout of the dog. Let me come back here and show you guys really quickly the reference again. I want you to see what I'm seeing. So the snout of the dog also has this color, like the darker colored markings, right? So, oh no, it's Nephis. I love Nephis. We're gonna skip because I just don't, I can't with the music, with the lyrics. We got to be careful because they will curse, basically. Like, long story short, they curse in their music. So we're gonna just jump ahead. All right, back to the reference. The snout has the dark markings on it as well. And we also have, it looks like on the side here, some of the darker markings as well. So we're gonna do that with our canvas. We're gonna add some dark markings here to the side and to the snout. And jump ahead a little bit in the music as well too. I don't even know if you guys can hear the music. It's kind of like low because I don't want to be too distracted by it, me personally, but I don't even know if you guys can hear it. So let me know if you guys can or cannot, because I feel like there should be at least some kind of music, right? Gives us energy. I'm just taking a sip of my drink really quickly. And then, yeah. I'm gonna drag this over here for a second. And we are going to look at my reference one last time. I gotta pull it back on screen. I'm working on a single monitor. I don't have a dual monitor setup right now. So everything's sort of crowded, as you notice, I'm sure. But we can make this work. So we need to add this like, kind of like spot here on the side of the dog that's got like the darker fur. And then on the tail, there's also the tip of the tail, just like the tip of the ears, is also like, has this darker fur. So we're gonna make sure we add that. And then the snout, of course. So while this might be the nose of the snout, which we wanna include, I think that the collar should go like all the way around, not just the nose, but also the mouth, right? Also, why did I give it a nose like a horse? And none of you said anything, okay? I'm just gonna put out none of you said anything about that. Spirit, I have a question. If you do a night sky with some clouds and stuff, as what background does it count? A night sky with clouds and stuff, I feel like, is there a ground? Like, can you see the ground that the character is also on? Like, is there a ground and then a night sky? Or is it just like a wallpaper night sky or a wallpaper sky with clouds? Because I think if it's just kind of like just a sky background and there's no ground, it would be considered like a self-made, like that the sky and clouds. I don't know. It's kind of up to you and your discretion on how complicated you think it was and how many points it's worth. So like, if you use like a cloud stamp, for instance, and you stamped in clouds on a blue background, solid blue background, that would be considered more of like a pattern. And so you would choose the pattern background, the self-made pattern background. But if you drew it by hand, right, and then there's a ground in it, yeah, so Spirit, you said I drew the night sky with the ground showing. Then you've obviously got, like, that's a full background because you're showing depth. So if you can see the ground and then you can see the sky in the far back, you've got foreground, you've got background, the characters in the foreground on the ground. So yeah. No, that's a whole background because at that point you've drawn depth. You've got a physical 3D, well, not physical, but you've illustrated what should be considered like 3D space. Does that make sense? Yes. So there you go. That's a background. And counts, yeah, as a scene. So there you go. Wolf Dog is correct. Abstracted, welcome Toad Kitty. Hello, Toad Kitty. Yes, I'm streaming. I'm so glad you made it. Welcome to the stream. We are currently drawing Wolf Dog's character as revenge art. And also like, how do I draw, so like the little doggy nostril, I feel like there should still be a little nostril here, right? But maybe not like a protruding nostril on the other side like I had, because that's more like, oh no, I know what I'm doing wrong. They like, well, it's hard from this angle and this style, this simplified style. I think that's just the nose, just that is the nose. It's, you don't draw, see, here I am, just like with the toes, the little toes, over complicating it. I want to add details where they don't belong. in this style. I keep thinking like, oh, I want to draw the nostrils, and like then you've got to draw like the little the way the muzzle comes out in like a W shape, right? But like, no, not in this style, not from this angle, certainly no, because that won't, where's it gonna go? It doesn't work with this. So okay, that's just the nose as is. But there is a definitely a color change in fur here. So we're gonna kind of like come in here like with this these little kind of like fuzzy furry marks that I'm making, because we're gonna differentiate between the fur color, because the nose on this character in the reference has like, you know, two-tone fur, and the muzzle is a separate tone from the rest of it. And I'm gonna modify this slightly because I feel like I didn't get that angle correct. That's a little better. There we go. So I think I'm gonna roll with this, and then when we color it, if it still looks wrong, I can change the pattern. But I think so far that sets up where the patterns should be. This dog still doesn't have eyes. I need to add eyes. Spirit says, something I already read. Okay, cool. And Toad Kitty said, I did. I'm really happy for Phoenix. Congrats. Okay, thanks, because I wasn't completely sure. What did Spirit ask? Oh, you were asking about the background. Yes. Eyes are overrated, some random guy. That's so funny. We are gonna add them anyway. But here comes a whole nother crisis, because in this style, what kind of eyes would I even draw? Like, so the reference for this pose had two like circles, basically, like, or ovals, two long ovals like this. But I almost feel like that's kind of gas masky. It doesn't really, I don't know, it's a little creepy. So I think maybe I want to try to do the eyes a little different. The style looks very cool, very nice and simple looking. Love the lines. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I really did want to try simple. Sometimes is harder because, as we said earlier, like each line has to be intentional and distinct and serve a purpose in simple line art. There's no superfluous yeah, lines. There's no hatching. There's nothing that doesn't belong there, right? It's all got to be intentional. So definitely a study in like how to draw. Wait a minute, what is this line even? What did I put there? Okay, well, anyway. Eve kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe some ovals that point up. Okay, let me look at Eve as a reference. Also, what are you guys up to right now? Is everybody also drawing with me? Or are you guys taking a break from drawing? I don't actually know what all the group is doing. I know what teams you guys are on now, so that's good to know. But like, what are you guys actually doing now? Like, is this chill time or is it downtime? Moss is making a clay thing for ArtFight. Yes. Clay attacks. I feel like I've seen more of those this year than I have in previous years, which is so cool because it's so like, it's so unique and different, at least to me, and my understanding or my exposure to it, I suppose, has been super limited. So it's so cool to see that this year. I'm gonna look at this reference you gave me of Eve for the eyes. So we're talking the Pokemon Eve, right? So it looks kind of like they are sort of ovals, but they're like bottom heavy ovals and a little bit top heavy slender. So let me see if I can mimic this. I'm gonna try. Cat Rage Cheese, hello, welcome to the stream. Belle is currently drawing an attack. Abstracted, I'm making a small blinking animation attack. That's right, you're working on animation. Spirit is still working on the 19th attack, friendly fire for a friend, which is so sweet. And Bella's currently finishing line art. Some random guys coloring an OC ready to post. And, oh boy, you guys are challenging me with some of the things I have to read today. Shami, am I reading that correctly? Your username, when you color the eyes, maybe it won't be so creepy anymore. That's true. Maybe once it's colored, it won't look so vacant. It might look better. Ram, oh my god, I was adding a new OC to my ArtFight profile, but I clicked the site away. Oh no! Check your profile page to see if you hit submit before you accidentally clicked away, see if it's submitted before you resubmit it, because sometimes it goes through anyway. Okay, that is not, that is not right. We're gonna try that again. I did not draw that right. Well, this is actually a different animation tag from the one I mentioned before. Oh man, so you're just like on a roll, rapid fire attacking today. You are like crushing them. All right, so I'm gonna come in here and just sort of like, it came out round anyway. Oh gosh. All right, we want there to be a little bit of shape weight difference, maybe? Or maybe the answer is to not draw the eyes so big. Maybe that's what I should do. Make the eyes smaller. I'm not sure. So looking at, I'm looking at both the Eevee reference and I'm looking at the reference art from Wolfdog of their original character. And so like Wolfdog's character has like square, their drawing style had the eyes in a very like, oh gosh, square style. I'm like clicking around trying to find all the things and bring them to the top of my desktop I'm trying to look for. Maybe I should try it kind of like that. Maybe that's the thing I should be doing. Let's try that. After all, we're using a lot of round shape language here, round and triangular. I don't know if a square eye would be like, would go too far off of model or if it would work, but we're gonna try it. I think, so I don't want it to look angry though. That's the thing. I want to make sure that I'm drawing this dog. I don't want him to look angry. I just kind of want some doggy brows here to maybe help out with, all right, so, I kind of like this one, right? I kind of dig that. That's cool. But this one, the one on the other side is just not doing it for me. I think I put it in the wrong place. But we are a step closer. We are a step closer, which is great news. So I just gotta figure out how at this very slight tilt, this very slight angle, where do I need to put the other eye? That's the trick. Toadakitty is working on their 4th attack on Phoenix. You guys have a revenge chain going? That's amazing. Revenge chains are so much fun. I used to do, before I did my before I did my ArtFight tutorial video, I actually used to attack a lot more than people would attack me. So I would do a lot of ArtFight like attack chains. It's very one-sided, says Toadkitty. That's funny. Well, when you've got that motivation, I guess, just roll with it. It's a German short name, Shami. That's fine. I'll do my best to read it. Just please have mercy on me if I read anything incorrectly. And that's for everybody. Like everybody, just, there's my disclaimer, you know, like letting you guys know now. If I misread anything, you know, I'm trying my best. Please know that. Please know that I am trying my best. All right. I kind of think that this was almost right. I think I like almost had it. And maybe the problem I kind of have with it is the line weight more than anything. So let me try again. Let me just clean this up a little bit. This is what happens when you do such a simple design. You can't have like iffy lines. You gotta be sure. They gotta all look sure. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm actually really liking the square eyes. I need to work on a revenge for my friend who revenged me. Yeah, do that, Ram. Get those revenges out. Melody, you're going to stream for how much time? I usually stream for 2 hours. We've done 1 hour so far. So I'll probably do 1 more hour, and I'll probably do 1 more character for the rest of the stream. And then I'm gonna stream again next weekend as well. So I've got for ArtFight, because usually I do 2 streams a month. 2 weekends out of the month I stream. And then I just post videos the rest of the time, right? But during ArtFight, I like to stream more because it's ArtFight. So we'll stream again next weekend as well. So I'll be here for another hour. And then also next Sunday, same time, we're going to stream again and make more ArtFight attacks then as well. Spirit says, I got 2 friends of mine to join ArtFight and mass attacked them on their second day. Nice. Very nice. You are absolutely on fire. That's so good. All right. I think we are ready now to start coloring. So let's do that. I'm going to set this to reference. And, oh man, I feel like I should have, we're going to do something here. We're going to grab the original art for, come on, where is it? I need the browser. There we go. We're going to go to ArtFight, and we're going to grab the original reference, because I want to be able to eyedrop the colors is why I'm doing this. So artfight.net, not com, artfight.net / that's not backslash, character / and then the character ID number for this one is 2907143. Yes. There we are. There's the doggo. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this image. And then we're going to come back over here to our drawing. And we're going to add, paste. Yes. There we go. And there we have our dog for reference. So I'm going to lock that layer, and we're going to eyedrop that for colors. So first things first, I want this main body color. We're going to come in here, and we're just going to drop that in everywhere that we need it, including these ears and including the tail. So let's go down to the tail. I am going to create a slightly darker color for this back leg just because I want to show that it's kind of in the background, right? So I'm like creating like kind of an early, I'm doing a little bit of early shading by doing that. I can kind of do the same thing with the interior of these ears as well. So we can kind of just drop this shade color inside both ears. And then for the darker color, before I do the darker color, I gotta erase where the lighter color went inside this marking. But overall, getting the base colors down for this one's gonna take like 2 seconds because there's kind of 2 base colors. And it was mostly drag and drop for most of them, so that worked out kind of nicely. Oh, if I could just, use my pen correctly to erase this, it would go so much better. There we go. All right. And of course I gotta add actual irises and pupils to the eyes, which I did not do yet, but we will. You're going to struggle in ArtFight. I've only made 1 attack and it wasn't even revenge, and 6 people have attacked me. I'm gonna try attacking all of them back though. Yeah, like, it's okay though, because nothing is guaranteed on ArtFight, right? Like, you are not obligated to attack anybody back. It is 100% at your discretion. It's completely optional. This color is so dark. I'm just gonna lighten it slightly because I still want to be able to see like the liner. So I'm gonna fudge that color a tiny bit because it was practically like solid black. We're just gonna make it a little bit lighter. Just so we can see sort of like where the line art is a little bit. And then we'll come in here and we'll drop it there, and on the nose, actually the nose can be solid black, that's fine. We'll make the nose solid black. And then here for these markings as well, and like I said, for the nose, we'll come up here and we'll do a solid black nose for the little snoot. Being ArtFight on the homepage says it's an art trading game, but it's almost more accurate to say it's an art gifting game. I see what you mean. Yeah, it kind of is, because is not a guaranteed trade. Absolutely. There is no guaranteed trade in ArtFight. It is totally optional. Nobody has to draw you back. Nobody has to draw your character. So yeah, art gifting game. But I think the concept of an art trade is way more established, and so I get kind of like why they market it that way. But no, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right, so we're gonna come in here and give our doggy some eyes because, you know, he deserves to have some eyeballs. And the eyes are brown, so we're gonna grab this brown color. And I'm gonna do my best not to booger this. I'm not gonna butcher it. I'm gonna try. Try not to butcher this. Okay. So we wanna give our doggo some round eyes. I kind of butchered that one. We'll fix it though. It's fine. Let me see. Ah! That did not do what I wanted it to do. Okay. I can fix this. It's manageable, I promise. We're gonna just, you know, use good old-fashioned duplicate again. I'm gonna bring this over to like this eye. And also try to line it up so that they're kind of both sitting at the same height. That's better, right? I might grab this one and rotate it around slightly because I kind of want the heavier. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so now we do all of sort of the dressing it up, right? We're gonna add some shading, we're gonna add some highlighting, we're gonna add some kind of background. Cat Rage Cheese says booger butcher. Yeah, I boogered it up, but I fixed it. Yeah, so, okay. I'm gonna collapse my color layers now because I'm going to lock these. I'm gonna turn reference off of this layer and we're gonna create a clipping mask to the color layer so that we can add our shading, and I'm gonna do it as a multiply layer. And we can just stick with this brown color as like our shade. So I have some choices here. Almost 20 attacks too, says Spirit. 19 went to 20 and the span of time it's taking me to draw this one dog. You are just absolutely crushing it. Toad Kitty also 20 plus attacks. You think you need help. You are doing great. Don't let anyone stop you. We can go to therapy together, Toad Kitty. All right, Toad Kitty and Spirit are going to be each other's emotional support as they go off to ArtFight Addicts Anonymous. All right, so I'm gonna do, because of the style in general of this character, because it's so bold, I'm gonna go with bold shadows too. I'm not gonna like airbrush them in. I might airbrush a few things. Like I could see for this tummy, for example, coming in here with an airbrush and kind of like, because it's under, I could see adding like a little airbrush here to just sort of help that along. But for the most part, I'm going to use more of like a, what is that shading style called? Cell shading, more of a cell shading look, like the first thing I did. But yeah, I do think you can blend them. You can do a little bit of both. I think they go together well when used together like that. You can use a little bit of cell shading and a little bit of sort of airbrush together. And we're gonna do this again. We're gonna set another, I'm gonna start another layer, set it to multiply. And we're gonna come back in here, we're gonna switch back to the inking brush instead of the airbrush. But like, yeah, we're already creating some contour to this dog, right? Because now the underbelly looks a little bit more rounded because the shadow falls heavier toward the bottom. Shami has made 9, 1 every day. Them's goals, that's what's up. I want to make at least 1 every day. I'm sitting at 12 attacks so far, so I feel like I have a little wiggle room so that if I end up like not coming through on a day, like I have a day like yesterday where I'm like, I can't draw today, I have a little bit of like leeway to still hit my goals because I've drawn more than 1 attack on other days where it kind of like makes up, you know, the difference kind of thing. That's my strategy. That's my plan. Shami got your first attack on you this year today. Congratulations! I hope that it felt wonderful and that you love it and that your character looks awesome and that they did an amazing job. And yeah, congratulations. It's always so nice to get an art attack of one of your characters. I'm going to come in here and just kind of add like a little bit of shading here on the feet, little paws, because they need shading too. And then there's like this fold here where I kind of like created a fold in the dog's leg. Because, you know, skin folds, they happen to animals too, not just people. And I'm going to shade that. And then here, where the leg's sort of like, you know, is going to cast a little bit of a shadow on the body because the leg is protruding from the body. Do the same thing with this leg. And I don't know, like the neck, we gotta come up here. The doggo's head is gonna cast like a little bit of like a shadow toward the neck. And because I gave it brows, like little brow bones, we're gonna create little shadows for the doggy's brow bones. There we go. And the ears get some shadows. I know I already kind of like shaded them preemptively with like the darker brown color, but we're also gonna add some cell shaded shadows as well, like just like that. Really, that's kind of all the shadows we sort of need for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on highlights. So let's go ahead and hide our reference layer real quick. We're gonna add another clipping mask, and we're gonna call this one Color Dodge, and add some highlights. Gosh, this is moving along so much quicker than I thought. And that's, I didn't mean for that to be there. We're gonna erase that mark as soon as I figure out what layer it's on. Eventually. Maybe it's actually on the base layer. Let's see. Bingo, it was on the base layer. All right, highlights. Some random guy says he owns the fake feet factory. What did I miss? It feels good to finally draw wee willy winkies, wee phone. I have no idea what you're talking about. I am absolutely in the dark at this point. So I'm just gonna keep reading the chat and see what happens. Lemon, LOL, I wish I could do a drawing a day, but most times I pick a complex design. Oops. Yeah. Sometimes it comes down to that too. Like for instance, when I drew this one, I drew that one and I was like, all right, I'm done for today. Cause like that was hard. The skirt was hard, the furniture at that angle, I don't know, something about it was just hard for me. The legs, the crossed legs like that was hard, crossed arms was hard. It was all hard, but I love it. I'm very happy I did this drawing, but it was difficult. And after that, I was like, okay, I tap out for today. This is it. This is my one for today. So I totally understand and can relate to that feeling. I think it's perfectly fine. Ro, hello, and welcome to the stream. We are doing ArtFight attacks. We're more specifically, we are doing ArtFight revenges. No stone shall go left unturned. So my goal is that everybody that has attacked me gets attacked back. No exceptions. So, unless the only exception being if like ArtFight ends and I didn't get to it in time. But just like with this year, when that happened last year, I still got those people back. I just did it this year. So like my first 7 attacks this year, if you look at my ArtFight page, they won't say revenge, even though they are revenge, because they're revenges from last year. So technically, those are still revenge. They're just last year revenges. And I'm gonna try my best to keep up this year so that doesn't happen. And in my defense, last year, I only didn't manage to revenge everybody that drew me because I was in the middle of moving. So like I was literally just offline because I had packed up my computer, I'd packed up my apartment, and I was moving to a new place. So I'm just gonna say, like, I would have done it. I would have had them all done. I would have managed to get every single one of them if I wasn't actually in the middle of like a move. So I tried my best. And I'm gonna try my best again this year to get everybody. And let's see, this hind quarter could use some highlights. So we're gonna come in here and just highlight our doggy. Just kind of like all over. Because I love the way it pops. It looks good. I don't have like an art. I do this a lot, actually. A lot lately. Tokyo, I very much attacked you. Hey, Perry. And Shami gave the, you know, the laughy cross-eyed emoji. So something good happened in the chat. Yeah. Try to, don't be like me. Pick your light source before you start highlighting, because I've been really bad about that. I'm gonna decide right now that my light source is over here. Since I've got light on the back, I've got light on this side of the face and light on this side of the leg. So now that I know that, instead of like just highlighting the inside of the tail here, since I've stopped myself and I've thought about it, folks. I'm thinking about it now. I'm actually trying to do better. I'm gonna remember to put my highlights toward my light source, which at this point is gonna be this area. All right. And let's do the same thing up here. We're gonna add some highlights where the light from this angle would reach, which I feel like includes these little, oh no, it includes these little toes. So the toe beans are gonna get a little highlight, just a little. I'm not gonna go overboard, just a little bit. Teensy bit of glow right here on the end of the toes. There we go. And now that I have my highlights and my shadows done, what I kind of want to do, just so it gives a little added bonus, I'm going to go ahead and unlock these and combine them, is I'm going to create one more masking layer. Sorry, masking layer. And I'm going to set it to add. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to combine the line art as well. I'm going to make sure all of this is connected. Line art's connected, colors are connected, shadows and highlights are connected. I'm going to add one more layer. And we're going to make this an add layer. And then we are going to do sort of a gradient. My goal here, my thought process, even though it may not pan out, we'll see. It's what experimenting is for. My thought process here is that I can probably create a really cool gradient. If this doesn't have to be, okay. So like if I just sort of, I didn't want to make a highlight, but I've kind of accidentally made a highlight instead, which was not my intention. But maybe if, well, first of all, it was supposed to be a clipping mask. There we go. So kind of like that's sort of the difference it makes. It just adds a little extra pop. It adds a little extra texture, but I didn't get quite the gradient I wanted out of it. I wanted it to be more gradual, more gradiated. Which that just wasn't. So we're gonna try again. Let's see if we use maybe a different brush. What if we tried, I guess we could just do it the good old-fashioned airbrush style. We could do that. We'll start up here. And we'll add a little bit of light. And we'll go down here and we'll add just a little bit of dark. And that should give us a super subtle gradient, but it adds a little bit of pop, don't you think? Like just slightly. And if we change the blend mode also, we'll get different results, right? So like we could go with add, which is what I was doing. We could try color dodge, which I think is more subtle, but also gives you a better contrast, like better in this moment, in this layer. It is giving us a little more of the light and darks together rather than add, which was mostly pushing the lights and ignoring the darks and the gradients. So this one just gives it, and we can also duplicate because I feel like we could just push it a little bit further even. So let's merge it down. And yeah, there you can see it. Like look at the way that it just adds that extra pop of highlight up top, and then the bottom stays gradiated to like a darker color. Yeah, so there we go. So now the question is, what do I want to do with my background? Because I can't just leave this popper sitting here in a void. We've got to add something. So let's see. Let's try, first of all, maybe a shadow on the ground. That might be good. Let's do that. Let's do just a little bit of a shadow. And I'm gonna rotate that because I drew it kind of crooked. Here we go. And we can also bring the opacity of that down a little bit to make it just a little bit more shadowy and not so solid. Let's see. Hello, I'm back. Welcome back, Fluffy Paws. Random guy. My image looks like it was drawn by an 8-year-old compared to this. No. Every image is valuable because you put your time and effort into it, and that makes it good. Flat color and wobbly lines. Well, I do use the line stabilizer to help with my lines because otherwise they just would not look that good. It really does pop. Thank you. Bing, I'm not sure if you have it on this program, but Add Glow is really good for room lighting. Yes, and I do it a lot. Let me find an example. So, for example, let's see, maybe this guy. Yeah, so for example, this guy. Once I collapsed the line art layer and the color layer together, I add an add layer on top of that, and then I go over it with the add layer, and I went over this one in blue. And what you can see that it did is that even when I'm adding, so like let's go up here. Here's the add layer right here. Even when I'm adding color on top of black line art, it still turns it into a glow color. So normally when you do like a color dodge layer or something like that, it's not going to dodge black. So it's going to stay black, like the line art would stay black. But with an add layer, like Bing was saying, it was Bing, right? Yeah, like Bing was saying, an add glow layer will even glow the line art, which is like why I try to put the add layer on top of the line art layer when I do that. But yeah, I did it here. And so we were getting a lot of like this pop even on top of the line art. Bing, I just spam add glow lighting everywhere when I think it looks flat. Yeah, I tend to resort to that technique as well because I'm like, oh, it's just not popping enough. And then I go crazy, like adding glow because I'm like, I want it to shine. I want it to just glow. I want it to be beautiful. I think for this dog character, I kind of want to do almost like a comic panel pop out. So let's do real quick. We're going to grab a rectangle and we're going to just select, I don't know, like this much real quick. And then we're going to grab, a blue color. We're going to put a blue color in here. But then I'm also going to grab a green color and a paintbrush. Let's do, I'm not sure. We'll try this. I don't know what this is going to look like. I don't know what it's going to give me. We're going to try it. So we're going to do kind of like a more of a grassy look. And I'm actually going to try on top of that. We can clip this down. And we're going to turn off the select tool now. So we're going to, oh, what did I just do? Okay, that doesn't matter. We're not going to worry about that. We're going to add a new layer. We're going to clip it down. And I'm going to find that grass tool because I know we have one. Organic, rainforest spires, wild grass, sword grass. We'll try some of this. And I think, no, I don't want it to look like that. I want it to, okay. So I just want it to be flat for this. I'm going for like more of a flat style. I don't want it to have all that, I don't know, like detailing in it. This has the Wolf Dog seal of approval. Yes, that's amazing. I'm so glad. This is why it's so fun to have you guys in the chat when I'm drawing your characters, because you can see the process and sort of guide me. If you're like, oh, actually, that character has a birthmark or something or whatever, like it helps. It really helps. So instead of blah, 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 let's just do color, maybe? Maybe that will work. No, it did not give me the color I was looking for. Why is it doing this? See, this is kind of like, it's experimental, you know? It's all a learning process. We gotta figure it out. I do not like the way it's doing that. That is too much. I just wanted like a solid fill color. You know what? I think I know how to get what I'm looking for. We're just gonna stick this on normal. Okay. And then we're gonna lock pixels, alpha lock it, and then we're just gonna come in here with a regular paintbrush to get that flat color, because I don't want all of this like grass detail in here. I just wanted a nice solid, yes, see, that's what I'm talking about. I just wanted to see the sort of the outline of the grass, because I wanted just the outline, the separation of the grass from the sky. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna also add in here a little bit of clouds, just because it's idyllic. We're looking here at our puppy character. So I'm just gonna come in here with some clouds, and I can move that around a little bit and give us like one there, one here, and maybe this one's touching him and I don't want it to be touching him, so maybe we'll grab it and sort of like do this. And we can also distort it a little bit. We can make it longer, we can make it lean, and then we can shrink it because I think it should be pushed further into the background. And with this one, kind of want to shrink it too, and maybe bring it lower and more like centered or something. Or not. I'm gonna do this one here. We'll get there. I'm trying to find balance, right? I'm trying to find, maybe if I flip it, that might help. There we go. Okay, so we've got ourselves this cute little doggo in this grassy space. What I do want to do is maybe like move him up. I think he's too low on the canvas, so I'm gonna bring him up a little bit. But I don't want any weird tangents, right? So like maybe kind of like here. And background color needs to be white. It needs to look like a page. Okay. That's a little better. I do think my background, this thing, is a little bit small. Maybe like it's a little too short. Maybe it should have been taller. Like that or something. That's better, right? What do you guys think? Just a nice, simple solution so that he's not hanging out in a void. He's got like a yard to play in. Very adorable, says Toad Kitty, and at Road Nice. Bing, I think it looks nice. Yay, thank you. Okay, so we have ourselves a revenge. I think there's like, is that centered enough? Is it centered enough? I'm not sure. I'm gonna tinker with it for a split second, just to, I can already tell that this is not lining up vertically. So I'm gonna stretch the corners a little bit. I don't know how I managed to screw that up, but there we go. That's a little bit more aligned. We're gonna export this and we're gonna deliver it to Wolf Dog, who is like right here, so can see me do this. So we're gonna share it and we're gonna save as a PNG. We're gonna hope the PNG is not too big. That's why I adjusted my canvas in the beginning, because I'm hoping that by doing that, I'm not gonna have too big of a canvas. And then we're gonna go back over here, since I already pulled this up, and grab this, copy this to my clipboard. What? Why is it doing that? That's so weird. Okay, copy to clipboard, good. Okay, and now, rotate my screen again. We're gonna add this. Let's go ahead, submit attack, and we're gonna drop it here. You guys know how this works. We're just gonna run through the steps really quickly. It's gonna be full body. We're gonna check that off. We're gonna add here the owner's name, which is Wolf DOG underscore the J. We're gonna check that. Correct. Okay, cool. Am I right? Thank you so much for the attack. Here's your revenge. And I want to give it a cool face. I don't know. Let's do the very big grin one. Let's do that. Toad Kitty, do you have an idea who your next victim is, Perry? I do not. I haven't actually picked one out yet. I have plenty of people that need revenges, but I haven't picked out my next victim yet, no. All right, so we're gonna add that. And it's a drawing, correct? It is a clean sketch, it is colored, it is shaded, and it has kind of a, I mean, technically it is a scene. but I don't feel like I did any like shading or anything for the scene. Huh. That was so easy to just make that background. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it as like prop scene elements. It's like a design scene element type of thing. And then it's not filtered. We're gonna confirm attack details. No, wait, I almost forgot. The most important part. Find revengeable attacks. There we go. I was so close to messing that up. Did you guys see that? I almost really messed that up. Okay. And that, by the way, is the Dragonborn Druid that they drew for me. Clean color, clean sketch, prop scene elements, fully shaded, friendly fire, calculated 14 points. Here we go. And, I have to go. Really enjoyed the stream. Good luck for everyone who's working on attack. Okay, well, thank you for being here, Spirit. Thank you so much for joining us. It was really fun to get to know you in the chat and to have you along to hang out. Some random guy, I need a hello neighbor chin spiral on my OC. Hello neighbor's chin spiral. I have no idea what that means, but you've decided this as of now. All right, bye, Spirit. So good to see you. Please come back again in a future stream. We're doing this again next weekend if you're interested. There we go. Yes, a new revenge has entered the ArtFight territory, and that increases my battle ratio one more up. All right. By the way, my battle ratio is still pretty good. It's pretty solid. I have a current battle ratio of like 42%, which is, but like my overall battle statistics on ArtFight in general are still 54%. So I'm still holding on. I'm still doing good. Yes. All right. So who to revenge next? I do have, let's go to defenses. I do have some options here. If you are in the chat and you have attacked me and you are currently watching this stream and have not been revenged yet, let me like call it out. Say, hey, I'm here. I drew for you. I would like a revenge. And I can draw your character while we're here, while we're live on stream. I do have a list of bookmark characters I'm looking at on screen that I kind of like saved. When I received your attacks, I kind of like picked out. Toad Kitty says, hello, I attacked you. And Melody says, I just sent you a revenge. I'm not sure who Melody's sending revenge to. I don't think it was me, unless I need to refresh my screen. Toad Kitty is the first one I'm seeing call it out. So I think we're going to do Toad Kitties. Oh, you said an attack, you mean. Okay, so Spirit Satsia Magic said, good tip for anyone new to ArtFight or an art in general like me. Draw characters that consist of simplistic shapes. It'll help you get good at art practice without being too challenging or stressful. That is a valid piece of advice. Thank you for sharing it. Lucian drew my D&D character and Melody. I'm going to refresh because I do want to see this attack because Melody just said she attacked me, but I did see Toad Kitties first, so I am going to revenge Toad Kitty. I need to see this because this looks like Mariella to me, and it is. It's Mariella of Avalon, and she looks so good. Oh man, I love that you used the green from the collar in the necklace as like the mascara, and her eyes are glowing. She looks so beautiful, and you made the dress so shiny. Oh, this is so nice. I hope you like it. I used Autodesk Sketchbook. If you reg me, can you do Tyler? I haven't seen Tyler yet, but because you asked for it, yes, I will draw Tyler for you. And if Tyler is like an anthropomorphic character, I make no promises on the quality. I will do the best I can. But again, I'm winging it when it comes to drawing characters that are not humanoids. So I'll do my best. Just saying. Moss says, I made a long text about ArtFight and it passed the 200 letter limit. It's at 448 of 200. Yes, that happens. Sometimes you got to break it up into multiple comments in that case. All right, Toad Kitty, let's find yours so that I can revenge you. And let me see if I already have it. I'm going to look at my screen real quick to see if I already have it bookmarked because I might. I do. I already have it bookmarked. So I actually picked, I'm going to show you what character I picked. Okay. ArtFight, because I already looked at your profile and I already picked out a revenge character. So we're going to go see which character we're revenging next. It's going to be character number 332322. How did you end up with a number for your character that's all threes and all twos? So this one. I did notice, by the way, your on your ArtFight, you have this character, which is a separate character. It's not this one. And then this character, which I assume is the one that you meant to be for Caribou, because the crayon character is a whole different character. So you actually have that one posted twice. But I think this is what you meant for this one. So we're going to do this guy, Caribou. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this while we're here. So I can just go ahead and add this as a reference on my tablet. And this is what we're drawing today. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I'm going to draw. Also, by the way, ArtFight is a great time to challenge yourself to draw stuff you wouldn't normally draw. Like, I don't draw a lot of animals and I need practice with it. And this is the perfect time for me to practice drawing animals, right? And the same thing goes for anthropomorphic characters. I do not draw many. I mean, look at my thing here. It's like person, 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 two persons, person, 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 right? Like these two have like technically anthropomorphic properties because this one's got like a dragon tail and horns and this one's got horns. But mostly they're just, you know, they're people with horns. But then like when it comes to anthropomorphic characters, I think this one, the dragon looking thing might be the first for me this year. I've drawn some before, like here's another anthropomorphic because it's got humanoid characteristics, but then it's got like this bird head, right? So like here's kind of an anthro character. I'm not sure if you consider Caribou anthropomorphic or if you consider them feral because they might just be a dragon and there's no anthropomorphic humanoid properties to them. So I'm not sure. It's completely up to you how you want to classify your character. Either way, we're gonna do a square because I've decided that I like doing squares better because the thumbnails come out better when you do a square canvas to begin with. So I've just been defaulting to squares lately. And then we're going to just adjust this like I did in the last one. We're going to go over here to canvas, crop resize, settings. And we're going to go at 1920 by 1920 at 150 DPI. And that's going to be our canvas. And I'm going to bring down the background color again because I don't like to blow out my eyeballs. And we're going to paste our reference. So we're going to start off strong with a reference right off the bat. And we're going to do this and put them kind of like here. Cool. I'm going to lock that so that I just have that. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard already. I can already tell that I'm setting myself up for something very, very tricky. Thank you so much for the attacking. And of course, with Dog, thank you for your attack. You started it. You started the fight, but I finished it. No mercy. Mo says, I'm very talkative about ArtFight. I was looking for characters and saw a person who made a webcomic I like, so I went on their character profile and asked a question related to their character rules. That's really fun. I also really like characters that have comics because then you get to know more about their personality. You get to see them in different situations, making different expressions and doing different things with body language and stuff. So comics are just like really, I don't know, they really introduce you to a character on a whole nother level. Does that make sense? Toad Kitty, challenge yourself. I'm sure you'll do great. Yeah, I picked this character knowing that this was going to be challenging. So it's going to be hard, but we're going to make it work. And then my parents want to print out and frame the attack. Is that okay? Of course. Yeah. So on my ArtFight page, I have it written that like anything you want to do with the art I draw for you besides like go sell it as an adoptable, it's your character. Do whatever you want with it. Just don't farm adoptables from other artists is my only thing. Like, it's fine if you want to print it, if you want to publish it. I don't care what you do with it because it's your character. Just don't sell it as an adoptable because to me that seems kind of shady to use ArtFight to farm adoptables from other artists because the artist didn't draw it for you to sell it. Does that make sense? Unless there's artists out there that are drawing adoptables on purpose to give away instead of sell themselves. I don't know. That's my personal philosophy. So yes, long story short, yeah, you can print it out. Go ahead. All right, so I gotta figure out a pose here. I'm gonna set this down for a second because I'm gonna look at, we're gonna look at Pinterest for some inspiration for some, what do you call it? I can't talk. For poses. Yeah. The question is from, hang on, Bing, I'll get your question in a second. I just want to read, Lucian said, I really want to do a comic in the future, but I don't feel confident right now. That's okay. You can tackle comics when you're ready. just practicing drawing characters, especially practicing drawing the same character repeatedly, helps you with your consistency, right? So it helps just to even just make your own character, your OC, and draw them every once in a while, because that's building up that consistency that you need for drawing comics so that your character can stay sort of like on model as you go. And for Bink's question, how do I feel about design an OC character? I think that there are some people who really like it, and there are some people who just aren't interested, and it's okay. Neither one is better than the other. Me personally, how I feel about it is that if I see a design an OC option on ArtFight, I'm going to skip it. I'm not going to draw it, because I'm not going to design a random character for you, because then I'm basically just designing for myself at that point. I'm drawing what I want to draw, and it doesn't feel like a gift to you, in my opinion. So if I see, like, if you have like 2 characters in ArtFight and then you have one ArtFight character that just says design an OC for me, I'm not going to pick that third one. I'm going to pick one of the first 2, even if I have no idea how to draw those kind of characters. I'm going to pick one of them, because I'm not going to design you an OC that has nothing to do with you. Does that make sense? That's my thoughts. And again, everybody feels differently about it, and that's fine. You don't have to feel about it how I feel about it. I am looking at like this right here. And I think that this is kind of a pretty solid reference for your character. I understand that this is more kind of like cat-like. And yours kind of has more of like a dragon style. But man, does it feel close. I could just like, instead of doing like the cat ears and stuff, I could add like your dragon ears with your dragon spiky things going down the back, you know? But it's kind of a, I don't know, I just feel like the proportions are sort of the same as like what you made. I just gotta add wings, because there's no wings. This might be good. I don't know. It's an idea. Oh, I guess it's just kind of like a cougar with just a very, very long tail. Here's some more of these like dragon things, right? Some more dragon type. This is super blurry, but I think I can work with this. I think because it's just kind of like giving you the general anatomy, I can kind of work with it. Yeah, this might be doable. Ooh, this one's cute too. Oh man, there's so many choices. This is gonna be hard. I don't know what I'm gonna pick for a pose. What? They just keep coming. Man, this is a whole nother side of art I have not seen before. These are so cool. All right. I must be crazy. All right, I think I'm gonna pick one of these. Okay, so we're gonna come back over here to the canvas, and we're gonna see what I can do with this information. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try. Ro is Team Vamp, by the way. So for all the werewolves here, just know that Ro is Team Vamp. Ro, we gotta give us your username. Toge said if you want some extra references, he's from the Wings of Fire series, and he's an Icewing. I haven't seen that, so I actually don't know what that is, but I think I've got some good pose references here, so that I can, like, I could just try to redraw what you drew in the same pose, but I feel like it's more fun when I try to change up the angle a little bit and give you your character from a different angle sometimes. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Of course, I have 0 experience with drawing something like this, so I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. J1K says, I have a question for people. I'm looking for a pin for my drawing tablet. Any recommendations? I have no idea, because it depends on the type of tablet, I think. So I'm not an expert, I don't know. But I hope somebody is able to answer your question for you. Moss suggests doing mini comics, like sick panels, and then that tell a story. Have you guys seen, man, I want to say, like, can I diverge for a second here? Because I want to show you something that really, really, really inspired me about what Moss just said. Okay, I want to show you something. It's going to take me a second to find it. Please bear with me, okay? We're going to go over here to YouTube, and we're going to look at... actually, I think we can get to him from my channel. So let's go to my channel for a second. We're going to pause whatever's playing. We're going to scroll down here. And I think, yeah, Kesh. Here we go. So Kesh did this thing. Let's look at his, let's look at his videos. I know what I'm doing, I swear. And we're going to look here for a second at the word comic. I mean, he's got lots of amazing resources, first of all, but I wanted to show you specifically this, making a comic in 5 hours. This video, I'm going to link this to you in the chat. I know that what I'm doing is driving people somewhere besides my stream, which is kind of crazy, but I really think this is really cool, so I want you to see it, okay? Save this link, because this is a very, very cool video. This is such a cool video. The comic he made in the end is just, I mean, I'm spoilers, but like here you get to see the final comic and he printed it and everything. And it's so good. It's so good. But that said, okay, we're going to come back to ArtFight for a second. But if you're interested in making comics, definitely watch that video. Definitely watch the video. And also follow that creator because he has the most amazing content. I really, really love that creator. I think he's so cool. He's so good at art. He's just an inspiration for sure. The link is broken? What? What's broken? Not the link, right? Hey, why did it delete my messages? I thought you deleted them. Oh no, Toad Kitty was deleting their messages. I'm not sure, actually. If they're links, it's gonna delete them if they're links. Only I as the stream host can post links in chat, so you won't be able to. If you're trying to share your ArtFight username, just share the username with any tack marks or underscores that are in the URL, but you can't share the link, just because the stream protects from outside links. Okay, so, okay. Have I stalled enough? Is it time for me to commit to drawing this dragon? It happens when you write messages with emoji. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. That happens to me all the time when I'm watching other streams too. I'll like write a message and I'll add emoji at the end and then the emoji replaces the whole message. I don't know why it's doing that. It's so frustrating. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I don't got an answer for you. I have no idea how to fix it. When I do it, it happens too. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's do something difficult. And fun and from a really cool angle. I'm still looking at other angles like a crazy person who just can't commit to one idea. Man, because all these references are amazing. I just can't believe how cool these are. I feel like I should draw more dragons. I haven't even drawn a dragon yet. I'm stalling because I'm shopping poses right now. But okay, we're just gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. It's fine. This is fine. So we're gonna start with a sketch pencil. First of all, sketching pencil. Cool. We're gonna start on a regular layer and with white because I like to sketch on white or white on gray. So we're gonna start with a head and then we're gonna give it like a snout, like that. But then the neck is gonna come up and curve around. So we're gonna bring this up for a second. I might need to make this reference a teeny bit tinier so that I can see around my canvas. So we're gonna make that a little bit smaller. And then we're gonna add a new layer so I can continue this pose. So we're gonna sketch so that like, I feel like the neck is gonna come around like this. And then the body, there's like a body cavity, like this is the main part of the chest, right? The main body cavity. And then we have like a shoulder here and kind of like one right here for the top legs. Perry goes to jail for stealing too many references off Pinterest. It's criminal how much references I have. I don't know if you guys have seen my Pinterest board, but it is stacked. I have so many references saved. And that's why I share my Pinterest board with you guys. So that if you need references, I know where to find them. I've got you. But I'm not like using them as bases or anything. I'm using my eyeballs to look at them, and then I'm using my hands to draw it and draw what I see. So it's fine. It's fine. I swear. I'm keeping it above board. I'm keeping it above board. So we're gonna come out here. And we're gonna have like, here's one leg, okay, and the other leg kind of comes down here. Like here's the first joint, and then it's gonna like come down kind of like this. This pose I picked is a little bit kind of like a horse-ish pose, but I guess dragons kind of have sort of a similar anatomy, right? So here we have that part of the body, but then we're gonna have sort of like the back quarter. So sort of the back quarter here. And then the legs aren't shaped like human legs. The legs are gonna have different joints and stuff, right? So like we're gonna bring this here to like the kneecap, but then like they have like a separate like foot joint that kind of goes like this, which I didn't draw on the front. Why is it, somebody tell me this, why is it not consistent, the front legs and the back legs? Because I want to know, like, something about this. I feel like it should kind of like go like this, right? Like it should, there should be a separate joint here and a front leg here, because like, just saying, like just basing it off of the anatomy from the back legs, these front legs should look more like this. My 2 cents, just my logic kicking in here, and am I overthinking it? Like, somebody tell me, am I overthinking this? I don't know. It just feels like the front legs and the back legs should have the same kind of joints because they're gonna move together, right? Like, this is a it's not a bipedal animal, it's a quadpedal animal. Toad Kitty says it already looks amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm trying. And Bing says, try the reference I posted on the server. I don't have Discord open right now because I have limited screen space. I guess I could open it. Let me look. 1 second. Going over here to, where did you post it? In work in progress? Okay, so you're showing me the legs, how they work. All right, so it is kind of similar to, well, it's not, it's similar to, it has all the same joints. It's got shoulder, elbow, wrist, but like this part is way longer. Kind of. Okay, so hang on. Let me see if I can help myself out here. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Hindquarters, kind of like the shoulder, elbow, wrist. We need a back leg. So let's see. Where does this back leg go? This back leg's kind of like, gosh, the reference has it sort of like back here doing this number. And then that means this part kind of no, that looks terrible. I don't know what's going on there. I did not like that. We're gonna fix this. It didn't make sense, but we're gonna make it make sense, okay? Man. Yeah, we're gonna merge that down, okay. And then we're going to figure this out. This back leg has to go somewhere. Also, we need wings still. We can't forget that. This also has wings. It is a winged dragon. Dang, my internet was gone. Well, welcome back. I'm glad you were able to get back on. The elbow bends like a human's, but it seems like the back leg knee bends backwards. I'm gonna look at it again. Okay, so you're saying that like the forward legs and the back legs are different. Like the back legs are, is this like the, I'm about to go grab a cat because I feel like my cats maybe are like this too. So let's see, new layer. All right, let's try this again. We're learning the anatomy of a dragon today. That is what we're doing. This is definitely having no mercy on me. That is not what I intended for this stream, but I feel like I'm the one who's not receiving mercy right now with this complicated character, but it's okay. I can make this work. I can learn. I have the capacity to learn. So the back leg, knee, this joint here, and then it comes forward like this, and kind of like little paws here, like that. Then front leg, we still have this joint, the knee joint looking thing. We still bring in, well, hang on a minute. Why does this one look more like an arm though? Why is the front, oh gosh, you guys, did you go through these growing pains when you started drawing characters like this? Like, was it the same sort of discovery process for you? Or is this just me? Am I just struggling with this and it should not be this complicated? I'm not sure, like, what am I doing here and why is it so hard? Am I making it hard on myself when I don't need to be? Is what I'm what I want to know. Somebody enlighten me. I do not understand. I do not understand. What am I doing? I feel like I got that back leg figured out, but this front leg still is just a no. This front leg's still a no. Something about it, I'm just not doing it right. I will figure this out though, somehow. Somehow, maybe. Hands are getting easier, but I still can't draw feet, says some random guy. Shami says, I feel you. Thank you. Moss says, I would just wing it, pun intended. Well, maybe we can move on to the wings, and I can come back to this hoof debacle afterwards or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna bring down the opacity of that because it's just painful to look at. We're gonna merge it down. We're gonna merge all of these down, actually, okay? And we're gonna slide this sucker over so we can get some wings in here. So that's good, I guess. Yeah, I agree with Bing. That might be it. Bing says 2 left feet and no right one. Or no, that's what some random guy says. Bing said, I think you have the front leg bending the wrong way. Which one? There's 2 front legs. Which one's bending the wrong way? Like, should the feet bend backwards? Am I doing... Are we saying like this part should be bending like that way? Oh, I see it. I see it now. I see it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. That feels about right, but also it feels about like in the wrong place. Like maybe I need to adjust placement a little bit. Like maybe, just maybe. The leg, well, first of all, the leg's probably too thin. I probably need to be more giving with the muscle groups, right? Can you tell I've like never drawn a horse? Is that obvious? Can we tell that Perry has never drawn a horse? Because I feel like if you couldn't, I'm just gonna let you know. Yeah, I remember cats, and I think I could see what's wrong. I'm remembering cats, and I think I can see what's wrong there. Human arms bend backwards. Both of them are wrong. Okay. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna grab this, and we're gonna rotate it around, like you said. Oh my gosh, you guys are brilliant. That looks so much better. That is like, yeah. Hello. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Yes. I thank you. I'm so glad, by the way, I'm so glad we're doing this attack on stream so that I can get your guys' feedback, because wow, that made a world of difference. It is so much better because you said that. Okay, wings. Let's do some wings. I think I can do wings. Wings I think I can handle. Sort of. It's very good for the first time. Actually, I'm sort of. I got it sort of right. Some random guy. I've never ripped off Slideshow Bob's hairstyle before, but there's always a first time. Slideshow Bob's hairstyle. I'm afraid I don't get that reference. Okay. There's also gonna be a tail here. Ooh, what if I used the tail to sort of like cover up my mistakes? You know, like what if the tail just sort of wrapped around the body? Kind of like, you know, like just sort of dragon tail. Just coming out here to sort of like cover up these hooves or paws, whichever it might be, that I absolutely do not think I'm competent enough to draw. We could just kind of, you know, right? No, yes, no. Could I get away with this? Will this work? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to get away with it. I'm gonna try to use this to my advantage. This animal has a very long tail. Why could I not just, you know, just curl that sucker around? And maybe not like at that angle though. It looks too much like a C. That's just way too, you know, it's like, it's just, it doesn't have enough movement, but I think I like where I'm going with this. I'm just not 100% on the delivery. The Simpsons. You're talking about The Simpsons. Okay. I would like to make another pack on Perry, so when I'm finished with this PMV, I will do one. Oh, I'll keep an eye out for it. Oh man, you guys are gonna put me so in attack debt. I feel like the tail should be more flowy. Like, yeah, it should have more of like kind of a serpentine shape. Yes, I like this idea. Okay, it's growing on me. I mean, I already liked the idea, but I just wanted to do like a better delivery of this idea. And that's, I'm getting there, but also kind of like really far away from like my goal. My goal here is to do that. Okay, that's better. Delete the weird C-shaped tail. We're gonna do a tail kind of like that. So the tail's gonna curve around this way. And then we're gonna have wings, finally. Let's add some wings. I'm gonna shut that off for a second so I can look at my pose and draw some wings. We went from like a very simple character to a very complicated one. Yeah. Definitely challenging. All right, okay. So wing-wise, we're gonna shrink this. I hope you guys can still see it because I want to thumbnail it. I want to have a small canvas so I can kind of thumbnail these in. Welcome back, Spirit. We are listening to Nefix again. Whoops. Like I said, love it, love it, love it, love their music. Just trying to keep it PC, you know. All right. Back to my reference. So wings, we are going to kind of like, so the wings are gonna, ooh, I hit that like table. The wings are gonna kind of come off the back, but then we want them to bend upward and kind of like arch out. So I kind of want to do, I'm not quite sure that that landed the way I wanted it to. Are they like bat wings or are they more like angel wings? What do we got going on here? We've got, okay, so they're more like bat wings. That's good to know. Okay, that's important information. So looking at the reference, we've got like this bat wing thing going on here, which is fine. That's kind of where I was going anyway. But I also want to make sure when we do this, it's gonna curve back. I hope this is making sense. I'm figuring, I'm kind of getting the shapes in and then we will finesse it, right? So like we're gonna get the shape in here, but then we're gonna finesse it. Because we first have, kind of bends this way in the front, but then it folds back, right? We're gonna fold it under. Why do I make things so hard on myself? Why am I trying to do wings like this when I know there's an easier way? Delete, we're gonna start over. I don't have to do these the hard way. This does not have to be hard. Why do I overcomplicate stuff? Okay, so we're gonna just do them. We're gonna start up here, right? Like here's that part where all the bat-like wings come, like all the partitions come together, and we're still gonna bring it up like this. But now, when we do this, we're gonna have sort of the little pieces come out from here, right? So it's gonna look like this. And then it will kind of meet here, and then back to the back, like that. See? So much easier than what I was doing a second ago. And now I just gotta do the other side, which is fine. Bing says, yes, I torture myself just to make things look slightly better, gang. Yeah, absolutely. Toad Kitty says bat wings. Yes, on point. Thanks. Who are you attacking now? Now we are attacking Toad Kitty, right? Toad Kitty. Am I crazy? That's who this is. It's your character, right? Oh, please tell me that I did not mix up who belongs to who. I hope I said that correctly. I'm so sorry if I didn't. I'm gonna check. I want to make sure. Yeah, Toad Kitty. Totally. It's Toad Kitty. We are attacking Toad Kitty's character right now. Yes. Yeah. And we're doing a dragon character. So that's exciting. And I was just adding the wings. We got that wing on there. So now I need to add the other one and then we'll really be golden. And the way I want to do this is kind of like, I'm going to rotate this a little. And then we're going to kind of have like, I'm going to kind of do a similar idea where I'm going to just bring this part down because I know it's going to meet kind of like back here behind the head for like the parts that kind of like branch out, you know? But we're not going to see that part because it's behind the head. So what we're going to see is just kind of like a curve that goes like this. But I don't want to hit these tangents, and it's kind of like, oh gosh, it's kind of like landing on a tangent, and I don't want it to be. So let me see what I can do about that. Because I really just don't want, there we go, that works. I really just did not want that landing on like a tangent because that would look not good. So we're gonna like bring this in like this. And then again with the dragon's head. And a lot of that we're not going to see anyway because the dragon's got like these spiky things going down its back. So we may not even see that part. But now we've got ourselves the body, right? The body of a dragon. And I'm just going to kind of come in here with a little bit more pin pressure. And pin pressure this in, kind of where we know the shapes are. And I have actually drawn a dragon before. It's been a really long time. I've actually drawn a dragon 2 whole times before, like ever. One was just a headshot, so I'm not sure that that really even counts because it was like a headshot of a dragon. And then the other one was a full body, and actually it was 2 dragons side by side, and I wonder if I could find that. I think I could. If you gave me 1 second, I could probably find that for you guys and show you. The question really, I guess, is did I ever post it anywhere besides Instagram? That's like the big question. Oh, that's not good. What's not good? What have I missed? What happened? What happened and what did I miss? I'm going to, gosh. Linktree, backtrack, Linktree admin, because I apparently unpublished my, oh my gosh, this is taking too long. I'm not going to find it, but just trust me. I've drawn 1 dragon before, 1 time. So just read the chat. All right. Okay. So this sounds important. We're going to read the chat. I've never ripped off, okay, so I remember reading that. I would like to make another attack. I remember reading that. And then Toad Kitty says, same, the pose is amazing, and I really appreciate how you choose something you knew would be challenging. Thank you, yeah, it definitely is, but it's definitely worth, like, I want to learn too, and I want to grow too. That's why I push myself to do this stuff. Spirit is back, hello and welcome back. Moss, I thought that was Mickey Mouse's song in the background. I don't think so, because I'm using the YouTube Studio audio library. Spirit, I attacked that one once before as revenge. This, specifically, this character? That's amazing. Those wings are beautiful. Thank you. Crazy Crafter Prime, welcome to the stream. It's okay. Summer schoolwork is important. You gotta, priorities. Toad Kitty says, fair enough. I have some strike work I didn't do tomorrow, and I'm just procrastinating for PE. Toad Kitty, don't let us slow you down. But yeah, if you want to stay. I like having you guys here. Crazy from, ooh, that's not good. You might want to read chat. I am. Hello. Lunar Garden, hello. Hope ArtFight is going well for everyone. Thank you, it is. I think for the most part, everybody's doing a great job. We've gone through and talked about what teams everybody's on. We've learned how many attacks most people have made so far, but for everybody that just joined, if you haven't answered those questions, let us know in the chat. What team are you on? how many attacks have you made so far? And what are your goals for ArtFight? Like, how many attacks do you want to make? Or do you have any goals about like priority targets? If you want to hit bookmarks first, if you're trying to do all the revenges and things like that, like let us know. Yeah, the same dragon character. That's amazing. It's like a small world. Sometimes, I mean, it's so big. There are like millions of characters on ArtFight, but at the same time, it can be so small sometimes. Yeah, so here is the pose. And now I just need to start some line art, I guess. So I'm going to turn this back on for a second, the reference, by the way. I'm going to bring down my sketch layer so that it's a little bit darker. I'm going to change to the line art color. And we're going to change to the line art pen because it is time to lock this in, to make this line art official. Crazy Craft Prime is not on any team. You want to make as many art attacks as you can. I also don't have any characters on ArtFight yet. I'll get there though. Yeah, at your own pace. That's the beauty of ArtFight. It is 100% your own pace. You can join the first day, you can join the last day. It doesn't matter. You can draw no attacks. You can draw, I don't know, hundreds of attacks if it's within your ability to do so. Which some people do, which always blows my mind. Like, how is that possible? But they make it work. Okay. So, two things I'm noticing here that I gotta keep in mind. One is this necklace. This dragon has a necklace on. 2, paws. This dragon has paws. It does not have hooves. So we're going to want to make sure we keep both of those in mind when drawing. And by we, I mean me, but if I forget, you got to remind me, okay? That's the deal. Your attacks were also so good. I don't know if you're talking to me, but if you are, thank you so much. Sophia is on Team Vampire, has done 10 attacks, and wants to do at least 20 this year. Those are good goals, and you're halfway there already, which is incredible. It is good art attack spirit. I agree. Absolutely. Okay, so, let's start. Oh, all of it's hard for me. All of this is outside of my wheelhouse. So I'm like, where do I start that's going to be like the easy part? None of it. None of it's going to be the easy part. So we're just going to go in, bravely. We're going to go in bravely and, do our best. Yes, that is my plan here. Go in bravely, do our best. I'm going to look at some references if I can manage. A few reference photos of faces for dragons. Dragon faces. Scrolling. It's like loading, but only it's scrolling. Man, this angle is not like in a lot of places, which is not helpful. It's not helping me like at all, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it work. We are gonna make this work, okay? So first things first, I'm kind of gonna start with the eye. And I feel like the eye might rotate that. Might look something like this, kind of like a snake eye, but larger, because this is a cute dragon. And I want to put it in the right place, so like here, I think. Okay. And then where's my reference? I just want to keep that up in the corner of my screen as well. I'm gonna just drop this over here. Okay, cool. Yeah, the face is the hardest part to get it done now, and it's out of the way. Yeah. Also kind of can set the tone sort of for the rest of the piece. I actually tend to leave the face and expressions for last because I like to nail down body language. So if you watch my speed paints, and I'm gonna post one, I think next week, of the speed paint of like my first 10 attacks. And you'll be able to see like sort of my process. Usually I do the face very last. But in this case, I'm gonna start here because I need sort of to know like what level of detail are we talking? Are we doing, what kind of like line art are we talking? So that kind of thing. I'm gonna sort of figure that out here first and see what works and what looks good, and then we'll move on from there. I think it'll help set the tone since I'm so unsure about like what I'm doing and the style right now. Another way I could do this eye is like with much less of a curve there. So like I could still do the round eyeball, but kind of like bring it in like this. And then also sort of still have that. All right, that ended up looking almost angrier somehow. That was not my intention. Why did that happen? It's fine, I got this. I can do this. This is fine. This is all fine. Everything's fine, guys. I got it. This is fine. This reference is not helping me. I made this harder on myself. I need a different reference. This is not useful to me. This is, no. Okay, we're gonna make that, we're gonna try one more time with this eyeball thing. Actually, we're gonna try as many times as we need to, but I'm hoping that this one more time will be the time. So let's try this, let's look. So we're gonna do, I kind of want, since it's got like, oh, wrong there. So we're looking at like, sort of like the elongated sort of, but also, like what if, because it's got a little bit more of like a lizardy kind of, even though it's got like paws, and it's gonna be like a cat eye / lizard eye kind of look, right? We're kind of going in between those two sort of looks. So I'm kind of gonna bring this in like this for right now. And if it doesn't work in the long run, we'll get rid of it. But for right now, we're gonna kind of keep that. It's kind of like a little bit in between cat eye and lizard eye, right? I mean, especially if we add sort of like this in the middle, we've got ourselves a cat lizard eye, sort of. Okay, well, we're gonna roll with that for now. And then for the nose, we're gonna do, let's see, what if we did, I'm thinking, okay, so forehead, we still want to have sort of like the forehead to come up like this. But then we want, the nose is kind of going to round out a little bit. Kind of like that. And I'll worry about what's the lower jaw in a second. Toadcase says, ooh, yes. And Crazy Craft Time says, I'll have to agree. So working my way backwards, we're talking about the face being the hardest part and just get it done now. Yeah, you both think so. So that's good. We are at least all on the same page here. So that's something, I think. We're going to add like a little bit of brow bone over the eye here, right? And then let's keep going here with the face. We do know for a fact that this character has, well here, let me add a nostril. And sort of like the rounded edge of what would be the nostril on this side. I'm gonna do it a little bit higher up. There we go. And then we will bring in the jaw. So we've got like, let's see. I feel like it would kind of like do like this, which means this part up here is not right. Or conversely, let me see what I can do here. We're gonna bring this in. And we're gonna remember that the neck is twisted like this. So that's what I almost missed, is like the rest of the body language, the way the head is turned. So we're gonna stick with that for a second. Whew. You can tell that I'm like not sure because I keep creating a new layer for like every 2 pen strokes. Do you think the stream will last 3 hours due to the difficulty of the drawing? Yes, I do. We're already past our original 2-hour plan. So we're gonna tough it out a little bit longer. I might not get done with coloring, but I at least want to try to get the line art done before we finish the stream. So it's gonna go a little bit over. We're already a little bit over. We're gonna continue to go a little bit over before we end the stream. So this ear, right? So we've got, let me see. So here, I feel like the ear hole would kind of be like here. So with that in mind, I'm kind of going to draw around that. We've got this kind of a shape, and it just sort of comes up into that kind of a shape. Like that. But I still kind of want to like have like something like that still there. That's good. Yay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, cool. I'm starting to get it. I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it. I think I got it now. When I did the little green drawing, I ended up having something like 15 layers just for different parts because I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, literally same. I feel that. Like that's how I feel right now. I'm just like, I'm gonna create a new layer for each part because I don't know if I'm gonna like the angle. I don't know if I'm like gonna look at this in 5 minutes and realize that like, it's disproportionate, and some parts are too big and some parts are too small and things like that. So it's like I kind of want different layers for all of these things. I say that as I'm like collapsing them, all except for the eye, because I'm still not sure about the eye. But yeah, 100% feel what you're saying. Nothing like drawing something new and having 20 layers just for different parts. Yes, absolutely. And then of course this one's got like the spiky things going back up the head. So maybe we start one here. Oh, pen. Might start one here. And kind of like, yeah, like that. I think I'm gonna start. Guys, look at that. I mean, like dragon head already is, I mean, I don't know if already is the right word for it, because I've kind of taken my time figuring this out, but I do like it. I think it looks good. We're gonna keep going, okay? So the rest of this should be a little bit easier. There is some tuft of fur on the original, like right here, like there's tufts of fur. So I think for this, not so much torso, but kind of torso, like this chest piece is gonna have, it's gonna be a little bit fuzzy. So we're gonna wanna kind of represent that. So we're gonna come in here with these kind of like fuzzy bits in mind. But I also kind of want to bring, I feel like I didn't space it out far enough, so we're gonna bring this around like that maybe. And again with this spacing too, not quite there. So we're gonna rotate that and pull it out. That's a little better. So I think, space-wise, that's a little bit more accurate to the original drawing for like the tuft of fur in the front. But I'm not going to collapse it yet because I'm not sure that's where it's going to stay. We're going to add the rest of the body parts and find out. Yeah, he's a fuzzy man. He's fuzzy. He's looking sharp. Yes, he's looking sharp. I might, after the stream, search up some Procreate tutorials so I can draw digitally on my iPad. It is super convenient. I do love Autodesk Sketchbook, and I still draw on it a lot on my computer. But man, the convenience of the iPad has been absolutely game changer for me. And I love it for ArtFight. The last 2 years, I've been able to ArtFight on the go, which has allowed me to draw more, because like I know that like it's only for a month. So I do get kind of a little bit of FOMO when I'm out doing, you know, life stuff. And, oh, right, these gotta end in paws. Okay, so we're gonna draw the leggies, but we're not gonna come in and draw the paws yet, because I wanna make sure that we, you know, it actually ends in a paw. What was I saying? You're almost at 40 attacks, Wolf Dog. That's amazing. That's so impressive. Like, oh, if only I could do that many in 1 month. I think, well, actually, maybe I could in 1 month, but not in the first 2 weeks. You are crushing it. That's amazing. Super duper amazing work. Okay. Let's see. So we've got this joint here, and I'm gonna kind of bring this in. And there's gonna be paws at the end of this, and since I drew hooves in my original sketch, we're gonna come back to that separately. And for right now, we're just gonna focus on the leg anatomy. I'm just worried about getting the legs in the right place for right now. We'll worry about getting paws on them in a second. Oh, I know Nephis when I hear it. There you go. This one kind of already sort of has like a paw, at least the start of one. So I feel like maybe I could kind of draw this one in. This will be our we'll test on this one. Like that. And draw some little, like, what are these called? The, you know, claws. Claws on paws. We'll draw some claws on paws and see if that looks right. This song is making me feel nervous. I'm switching it. I don't like it. It's too much. 40, dang, you need to join us in therapy. Yeah, there's like an ArtFight Anonymous therapy club going on in the chat. So if you're up there in your ArtFight attack count, maybe, just maybe, you gotta join the club. All right, I'm thinking this is at least passable for paws. So I'm gonna let that one stand. We're marrying ourselves to it for now, unless after I finish the rest of the body, I can see a way to do it better. But for the time being, I'm buying it. I like it. It's good. It's good enough. Why is this song making you nervous? I don't know. It just had that like very staccato-y punch, 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 punch. Well, this one does too, but it's violin versus whatever that last one was. I'm not sure. I can't say. It's just very... Like, let's go back for a second. Let's go back. Yeah, this one's horns where the other one's violin. So even though they're both kind of staccato, I just feel like this one's more abrasive because it's horns over the violins. That's my deduction anyway. It's so funny watching people say they are making a billion attacks when you've only made one. Hey, sometimes one's all it takes, right? Like it's not a race. It's not a race. Man. I guess we can do the wings next, or like at least the neck. So let's get the neck in here. Let's get our dragon neck in here. Boop. Done deal. That was easy. That was easy. Just had to follow the liner, or the sketch layer, because that part was at least straightforward. I do kind of want to draw in these little, you know, the spiky bits. I'm going to draw the spiky bits. I'm going to draw some spikes. We're going to give our dragon his mane, right? His spiky mane. And it goes all the way to the tail. So we're going to make sure to include that all the way to the tail. But that's how it goes down the back of the neck. Now we can add some wings, and the spikes, yeah, there's spikes on the tail. Okay, so it doesn't go all the way down the neck to the tail, but it does have a spiked tail at the end. That's why the reference is important. Your username, I'm assuming you're saying on ArtFight, is only Moss, no space. That's good, that's good. Yes, Pinkra5, hey! I love Pinkra5's characters. If you're interested in Pinkra5, what team are you? Let everybody know what team you are. If you're looking for really cute characters to attack, highly recommend Pinkra5 because her characters are the most adorable characters that you're gonna find anywhere ever, period. Full stop, end of story. She just wins. She wins the internet. Her characters are the cutest. Okay, and we're gonna just keep drawing. This is the easy part. When I get the sketch right, then I can just follow the sketch for line art. That makes it so much easier. What? All right, so here we go. And here. And of course this one too. And then we just bring the wings under like this. Ta-da! Beautiful. Love it. Moving on. Next wing. It's gonna look like this. And go back here. And just like that, we have ourselves two wings and the majority of the body at this point, I think. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna collapse these layers. All except for the eye. I feel like I could probably do that slightly tiny bit better, but we'll come back to it. Now we need to figure out, oops, I forgot one part of the body. We're gonna draw that in. Which is this part. The underbelly. That does not look good. I don't know what I just did, but it wasn't right. We're gonna do it again. That's better. So this line needs to go away. There we go. And we're gonna lock that layer so I don't accidentally draw on it. And we're gonna keep going because we're actually getting closer and closer to done with this line art layer, which is great. We're 30 minutes over my original time, my originally planned time. So I think we can still get the line art done without going a full hour over, maybe. That's the goal, them goals, you know? Okay, so let's get a tail in here, and we are missing sort of like one more leg back here, but I think I can imagine better how that should look once I can see the full body, and then I can add it in after the fact. Same as these paws, by the way, these missing paws. At Moss, your characters are so cute. Do you hear that? Pinkra 5 endorsed. Moss's characters are super cute. I wouldn't complain if you went a whole hour off. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me and staying around. That's awesome. I think I gotta draw a tail now. So I'm gonna follow this line first that I originally drew, which should go something like that. I think I might have accidentally hit the camera with my head, so I'm sorry if it's shaking at all. And then, like, so I'm not sure how I want to bend it around, but I definitely, like, well, I definitely need the pen tool first. So I think, like, sometimes when you draw, like, tails or hair, you kind of want to have, like, a little bit of a twist in them. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try adding, like, a little bit of a twist to it. But to do that, I need to be able to but that looks a little bit like a salamander tail now, and I don't love it. I'm not sure about that one. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I like the placement of the tail. I'm just not sure about how to twist it around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another layer and experiment a little bit. Some random guy says I'm submitting one now. Just need a low-res thumbnail. Yeah, sometimes I do custom thumbnails. Man, sometimes I don't. Like, I'll do one if I think that the way that ArtFight makes the thumb, like, tries to do it for me doesn't look good. In which case, then I'll go back and I'll, like, make my own. But if I think it looks fine beforehand, and it's also why I'm trying to use, like, more square canvases now versus what I was doing in the past. That way I can just kind of, like, let it be. Because with a square canvas and a square thumbnail, it's less likely to distort it. Okay, so let's see what I can do with this. Oh, my hands are starting to shake. What? Why? Why am I getting shaky hands now? That's not fair. That's a little better, right? I think that could work. And then let me go back to, I think it was this layer. I'm gonna erase a little bit more of this, like, crease. Like, it can still have a little bit of a twist in it, but I want it to be like that, like less notable. Bummer, that's covering up, like, the back part of the paw that I kind of liked, but that's okay. It's fine, it's worth it. It's worth it. And we need to add the spikes on the tail too. I'd love to draw one in a few minutes. Yeah, draw Sophia's characters. They are adorable, aren't they? See, I was totally right. The cutest characters. Her characters are amazing. I'm just saying. Anybody who needs a character to draw, I know where you could find some. Actually, you could find some on all of ArtFight. But I do really like her characters, though. I really mean that. Are we on a new layer? We are. Okay. So we're gonna add some spikes to this dragon tail, and I want them to kind of, like, gradually come to, that's not a spike, that's like a flower petal. They're not pointy enough. There we go. Nope. Maybe I should do, oh, I know what to do. I'll start in the center. If I start in the center, then I don't have to worry about centering them. Genius, right? Okay, so we'll start in the center. Oh, there is no center spike. Okay, so they do just kind of come out from the ends. All right, I can do this. Can you imagine how much trouble I just saved myself by drawing this tail first before trying to draw these paws? Because if I drew those paws and then I had to cover them up with a tail, I would be so annoyed at myself. Okay. So the only issue I have with this right now is that like these two are touching, these two lines, the toe and the toe spike. I'm gonna try and fix that. Not like that, that's for dang sure. I did not select that well. Again, I'm gonna try and just rotate this slightly so that maybe they won't be touching, which I think could help. Yeah, that actually fixed it. So we're fine there. Okay, cool. So yeah, now we have our spiky tail. We have our dragon wings. We have our dragon foot. We have dragon body. We have the head. We have everything but these like little paws and the necklace. I can't forget the necklace. Ram says that looks so cool. I never really draw dragons except headshots because dragons are so difficult to draw. Yes. This was not easy. They are difficult. This was hard. It still is hard. I'm not done yet, but thank you. I'm glad you think it looks good. I'm trying. Some random guy. I do that all the time. So much work and then needn't have bothered. Yeah, with the whole tail would have been covering up that paw after all kind of thing. Absolutely. That would have been so frustrating. And I've been like, why do I do this myself? So here I think, and kind of like look at this now. And like, so this paw would kind of like come down like this for that leg, which we're not going to see the details of it because it's going behind this knee. And then for this leg, we're not going to see the details of it because it's going behind the tail. So that all kind of worked out. I just need to come in here with this and erase that little line. Yeah, so kind of like, I even think maybe I didn't, this part right here, it could go down even further. It doesn't need to like hook like that. We could just kind of like bring it in, right? So then the last thing really, and I can turn off the sketch layer so I can really see my lines and see what's kind of missing. Because it does feel like there's a little bit of disproportionateness to this body. Like it's very top heavy and not very back heavy. And I think most of that's right here in the chest area. But the head is also quite small because the neck comes in here and then the chest protrudes so far. Which it is a fantasy creature. I could technically be like, well, that's just the way they're built. Toadcase is honestly, I really like drawing dragons. Then again, I used to draw a ton of night furry and stuff. My crazed lunatic is now showing up on ArtFight. Nice, nice, nice. Man. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, man. Well, first of all, I feel like I'm keeping that eye. I've committed to it at this point, so we're gonna merge down. We're gonna move this up a little bit because I'm about to start doing something weird. I'm about to start warping this dragon because I don't really love how top heavy it is compared to how back heavy it's not. Before I do that though, I'm gonna try just to add that fourth leg because maybe that's what's throwing me off. I don't know until I put it there, so I'm gonna put it there first. So I think something like that. For that back leg. I think that that works. Just kind of like fills in the space where that would be taking up space in the body, I think. So we're gonna merge that down. Does it still look wrong? It looks very top heavy. I know we haven't added the necklace yet. We still will. I'm gonna add the necklace. It looks really good so far, says Bing. Thank you, Ram. The only 2 dragons I'd drawn were How to Train Your Dragon OCs. That's still probably more than me because I don't have any dragon OCs. Actually, I have a Dragonborn now, a Dragonborn Druid, but even my reference sketches on that, I was like, I'm sorry, I haven't drawn her very much. Not her, they. It started out as a male character in my D&D campaign, and then it became a female character because I was playing it as myself, kind of. But then I was like, no, I don't want to gender my Dragonborn, especially if they're going to be drawing it, because I don't want people trying to draw my Dragonborn with effeminate characteristics, like breast, for example. I just don't think that looks right on Dragonborns. They're not mammals. So yeah, that's kind of like where the evolution of my Dragonborn character. That said, long story shorter, I just don't know how to draw dragons. So I'm kind of like just learning, you know, like same as everybody else. Well, not same as everybody else. Some people know how, some people don't. I personally do not. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. Yeah, I think that helps a little. So I'm gonna clean up this mess that I just made out of all these pixels right here, and reattach some of these lines. But I think that fixed some of the issues, that I was having with the perspective, with this being like just the neck being too small, the chest being too wide comparatively. This sounds like circus music, doesn't it? I feel like it does. I feel like this is very circusy music. If only I could draw such good line art in this amount of time. And Toad Kitty says, I drew them for Tiny Turtle and never sent them to him. Oh, if you drew something for somebody, you know, like, even if it's not your best work, I think they would still, I mean, most people are decent enough that they would still appreciate it and thank you for it. I don't think there would be a reason for anyone to be cruel about it. I would hope not. I would hope they would be kind and appreciate your work. Okay. How are we looking here? I'm gonna connect this line because I want to be able to fill in my colors pretty easily. I do feel like that fixed it. I'm not worried so much about the proportions anymore. I think, knock on wood, I think I got it. So yeah, there we go. There is my second attack for today. I obviously am not done because it needs color. Sophia says, I want to learn how to draw dragons. I have an idea of a wingless fairy riding a dragon to get around, and I want to draw it good. Yeah, all I can say is, I mean, like with anything, practice and let yourself struggle. Like when you struggle, like if it's in the beginning, it's hard. That's okay. Like it's going to be hard. When you're trying something new and unusual for you, chances are it's going to be hard. Things aren't going to just like, oh, that was easy. That was a surprise. If it surprises you that something's easy, it's because that's not the expectation. The expectation is not for it to be easy. Oh, some random guy, thank you so much. Can we get to 20 likes? That would be awesome. I would really love it if we did. So I'm not complaining. Yeah, but if, practice, try stuff. If you don't do a great job, that's okay. I'm sure anybody who draws dragons regularly could look at my dragon here and be like, wow, you could have done this differently and that differently and all kinds of things that I don't know because I'm just trying to draw a dragon. I'm not great at this. I drew a dolphin dragon today as an attack and it was fun, it says Shami, but challenging. Yeah, I bet. A dolphin dragon does sound challenging. And just real quick, let's bring back up our reference here, like where we started from, and I forgot the necklace. Why is nobody calling me out for this? Okay, we'll add it real quick. We're not done until there's a necklace on this thing, because that's a part of it, right? Like, we all see that, right? Okay, we're gonna add the necklace for Toad Kitty's dragon here. So let's do it, and I kind of want it to be like, because they're rearing up, I'm kind of like gonna have the necklace sort of popping up as well. So we're gonna add, it's kind of an oval shape. So we're gonna do like that, right? Yeah. And then it's got a clasp. So we're gonna add this clasp here. And then we gotta find a way to make the string look natural. So it's gonna come around the neck, right? But it's also gonna pop up and come back down like that. There we go. Got it. Officially, I've drawn all the parts now. So, having heard Dolphin Dragon, now I'm thinking of a song, Who Will Stop the Rain? Not the Dolphin Dragons, that's not who. Guys, I'm going to wrap this up here. I really appreciate you joining me for this live stream and for being a part of this experience and also for helping me out. You were so helpful with me. Like, I needed those extra eyes. I needed those extra tips on how to draw the legs and everything. You guys have been invaluable. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys are having an amazing art fight. And I hope that you have a great rest of the ArtFight season, and just know I will be back again streaming next weekend, so we will do this again, and I will attack more of your characters, so please do pop back in and pay attention to the video I drop later this week. You know, I would love to have your guys' feedback. I'd like to see you guys check it out, give it some thumbs up if you like them, and help my channel stay strong because we've got a long fight ahead of us. And of course, go Team Werewolves. I have to say it. I'm Team Werewolves, but go Team Vampires too. I hope you guys have a great one, okay? And I'll see you later. And of course, there's always Discord, so you can find me there. Thanks again. Bye.